I get a hallway scene loop this time?
The Battle of Hoth, also known as the Evacuation of Hoth, the Assault on Echo Base, the Attack on Echo Base, or the Evacuation of Echo Base, was a major battle fought in 3 ABY, and was considered a major victory for the Galactic Empire, and the single worst battlefield defeat suffered by the Rebel Alliance during the Great Galactic Civil War. The battle was an Imperial invasion led by Darth Vader, aimed at destroying the Rebel Alliance's Echo Base, hidden on the remote ice world of Hoth, and capturing Luke Skywalker. The base's location was discovered when a Viper probe droid deployed by Darth Vader's Death Squadron randomly landed on Hoth. The Imperial attack force consisted of primarily AT-AT walkers, commanded by General Maximilian Veers. His army was tasked with destroying Echo Base's main power generator to allow orbital bombardment of the planet for Darth Vader to land on the planet. Spearheading the defense of the generator was Rogue Squadron, manning snowspeeders commanded by Luke Skywalker, renowned for being the pilot who destroyed the first Death Star. The snowspeeders, however, did not have the necessary firepower to bring down the walkers, so Skywalker suggested an alternative tactic to trip up the walkers with tow cables issued to every snowspeeder. Despite the efforts by Rogue Squadron, the power generator was eventually destroyed by Veer's main AT-AT. The remaining base personnel proceeded to evacuate, as the 501st Legion led by Darth Vader entered the base. The overwhelming Imperial invasion forced the rebellion to scatter the Alliance fleet across the galaxy, leading to a multitude of scattered skirmishes across the galaxy for over 6 months before the Empire's sudden and crushing defeat at the Battle of Endor. Following the Rebel Alliance's major victory at Yavin, the rebellion abandoned its base on Yavin 4 and began searching the galaxy for new possible bases of operation, considering worlds such as Daxon Beta and Insk. They also attempted to set up base at Crate. In the subsequent 3.5-year conflict, General Jan Adana ordered a mission to find the base for the High Command. During that mission, a Rebel Alliance Special Forces soldier named Purpruff traveled to the planet of Hoth in the Anowat sector and filed a report on it. Subsequently, the Corps of Engineers constructed the base over the course of 2 standard years, hoping to claim it as their new base of operation while avoiding the watchful eyes of the Empire. The base was inhabited for less than a month before the battle took place. Following the defeat of the Empire 3.5 years earlier at the Battle of Yavin, the Rebel Alliance suffered from relentless Imperial attacks during the mid-
feel the bass. Feel the... Oh, hey guys, what's going on? We are, you are, Echo Feel the Bass Network. Let's do it. Want to say hail to Griffin Turbo, Ray J's World, Geeky Pixie, JP, RPH1, J-Man, Sister Sid Official, Colleen Guerra, The Rosage, Ken Jack Ben, Tina Lynn, Anthony F, Cred Sox 05, our boy Valiant Renegade, who's dropping a video. I watched your video earlier. Very, very good. Very good. The Matt Cave, Old Star Wars Nerd, our brother Ted, and Star Cabal. And if there's anybody out there that I missed, welcome to the show. Alex Cave, welcome to you, sir. Matt Rissman, welcome, welcome. Glad to see all these lightsaber members in the house. Yes, sir, indeed. Nick's going to be with us in just a moment. This is not a pre-planned show, guys. You know how we roll on Saturday nights. Everything's planned. We got everything organized. This is truly a hangout. This is truly a hangout. We could do a couple different things, and I plan on getting into some more Fallen Order here when we wrap this up. I'll go live with Fallen Order, and Nick will be hanging out in there with me, so come by and hang out with us there and watch how bad I am at the game as I continue to go through Jedi Fallen Order for the very first time. Just started it today. I know you guys were laughing at me earlier. Wow. So we are going to have pop-ins. We are going to possibly talk a little bit of Mandalorian Chapter 3. You guys said something. You guys said something earlier today in the gaming stream. You said that this is such a great escape from everything. Like, you know, everybody's snowed in at the House of Mouse. We're all snowed in, and there's so much negativity. There's so much negativity, and I'm not saying that the negativity is not deserved at all. And if you want to come in and talk about any of that stuff, you are welcome to, but that is not going to be our focus here tonight. We want this to be, let's get away. Let's get away from all of the mess. Let's get away from all the negativity. Looking at the subscription feed, like everything's on the Gina Carano and Ryan Johnson, and I'm like, oh gosh, like let's just have some fun together. And yeah, so let's see. Valiant Renegade, 37 people in the stream. I need to see 37 likes. Help us out. Yeah, we're getting there. We got 48 people in an unplanned live stream here tonight. That's a success, and I bet those numbers will grow. Is Nick going to be blowing up some more generators? Yeah, he will. Coach, you need a razor. Let me highlight these chats as we're going through these. Coach, you need a razor. You and a razor need to have a sit down real soon. I will be shaving in the morning. You know, it's a funny thing. I actually ran out of shaving cream. I could have lathered up with soap, you know, but I hate doing that. So anyways, yes, I will be clean shaven. You know, I shave almost every day. I haven't shaved in 2 days, and that's a rarity for me. So it'll probably be a year or two or longer before you see all this. So yeah. And look, guys, I'm getting gray, y'all. I'm getting gray. Look at that. Getting gray here. Hail to Keely Chow. What's up, and War Eagle, sir? My brother Nick just popped in. Hail to you, my brother.
What up, guys? I jumped in here real quick, but I'm finishing up some work stuff. I'll be on camera here.
Okay. Well, I'm just going through comments and saying hey to everybody. Tina Lynn said, preach. The Matt Cave, you guys definitely are a light in all the darkness lately. Thank you, man. Oh my gosh. See, stuff like that. And here's the thing, Matt Cave. It's the same to you for you guys. Like, you guys are a light for us.
Yep.
So we appreciate that, and let's just have some fun tonight together. And this is going to be a, what do you call it? Casual. This is going to be a casual stream. Tina Lynn says, preach. Ray J says, same here, coach. Geeky Pixie, I watched a new Monster Hunter movie. Cool.
Well,
Awesome.
what was the name of it?
Anthony F says season 3 is going to be fire. The Griffin likes. Bump that like. Tina Lynn said, keep that baby face warm tonight. It's all good. Yeah, I got it. Wah! I got it. Hulk smashed the like button, Kylo Tim. Colleen says, I turned the stream on my phone and liked it there too. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Colleen. Anthony F., just because RJ says it's still on doesn't mean it's going to happen. And I believe that's what Valiant Renegade was getting at earlier, and to that I agree. He said the same thing, like, I don't know, 6 months ago. So he just hadn't been told no yet. That's all that is. Shave Secret sold at Walmart is helpful for me. Cool. Valiant Renegade, 51 in the chat. Oh, yeah, we got 58 now. Nick, we got 58 people in an unofficial, unplanned live stream. It's pretty cool.
Sweet. Yeah, I haven't shared this out or anything yet either. Oh.
How do I post a lightsaber, says Frank G. Nick, the lightsabers that you see next to people's names, Frank, are channel members. So we would love to have you join our channel. You could join in as a Padawan for, what is that, $1.99 a month?
Yep.
And you get access to all the emojis and everything.
Yep, your name gets put in the credits at the end of all our videos.
Black Dragon says, you think you're gray now. Wait till you get to be my age, 53. Oh, yeah, it's happening, brother. Yeah, I'll definitely be gray by then. Our brother Rob is here. Hey, Coach and Nick. Rob G from South Carolina back way too long. We're putting you in, Rob G. You were in. Good
Yep.
to see you, bro. Anyways, Nick, what are we thinking we want to do right here? This little unofficial. I got an article that we were going to do Let's just ask everybody. Like,
All right.
so do y'all want to talk a little Mandalorian season 3, or do y'all just? What do y'all want to do? You tell us.
Yeah, well, what are the options? And we'll have them put a 1 in the chat or a 2 in the chat for.
All right. So if you want us to do a little, very short, sweet Mandalorian season 3 speculation theory, give us a 1, and then we'll follow that up with pop-ins. Or if you just want to skip all the business and just go straight to pop-ins and hang out, give us a 2. And we'll wait. I will tell you this. Here is the that's the image right there that we would talk about. So we're getting lots of 1s, a few 2s. So if you were a 2, we're definitely going to have pop-ins. So you are definitely going to be able.
Yeah, you're winning either way.
Yeah, you're winning either way. So I tell you what, we'll do this, and we'll be kind of quick with it, and we're not going to waste a lot of time. So you see the image here. Luke training Grogu is the key to the alternate timeline.
Yeah.
And that is what we are looking at. And there is an article that, and so here's what we want to tell you. This was going to be a pre-recorded show, and we were actually gonna record this like a week and a half ago, and that's when all the negative stuff came out. We had our stream going, the Gina Carano thing, and I'm like, me and Nick talked, and it's like, this is not the time to drop this video.
Yeah.
all the negativity and everything going on, all the backlash, the fallout. You don't drop this in the middle of all that because nobody's interested in it. It's just not time. And we never got around to actually filming the episode. So here we are talking about it with you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and do a screen share. And we'll get into this, Nick. Because the article's pretty cool. And do you remember the other day on our live stream 2 weeks ago when we went through and did the Ryan Britt was the guy, and we were
Oh yeah, he did like what 3 different articles.
yeah.
Or yeah.
So this is
Oh,
another
right.
one of his articles right here.
Oh wow.
So yeah, exactly. So Mandalorian season 3, why Baby Yoda won't stay with the Jedi. We kind of already know how this story ends. And what he's talking about there is sequel trilogy.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He's like, we already know how this ends. Luke came and got him. Is at the temple. Kylo killed everybody.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. Hail Tarkane. And hail Adega. Good to see you. Absolutely, Adega Outlaw's in the house.
Hell,
All
they got outlaw.
So the article reads, Baby Yoda might become a Jedi after all, or will he? In the thrilling Season 2 finale of The Mandalorian, the fate of Grogu shifts away from a cozy life with Din Djarin and suddenly seems fated toward a slightly more rigid lifestyle, or life studying how to become a Jedi with the surprise appearance. Let's get through the introductions here. This might seem like the end, but maybe this big Jedi twist is actually just the beginning. While Cara Dune isn't initially excited about the arrival of one X-Wing fighter, let's get one thing straight. That's the X-Wing fighter that blew up the Death Star. That's such a good point, too. I disagree with this article, but that's a good point. It's Luke Skywalker, according to the credits. This version of Luke Skywalker is played by none other than Mark Hamill. All right, here we go. But once we get over the shock of seeing Luke crash the Mandalorian party, what does this actually mean? It feels very inspiring and appropriate to see Luke Skywalker carrying Baby Yoda with R2-D2 by his side, but can this last? The short answer is no. Uh-oh, guys. We're going down a bad road here. The simple reason why Baby Yoda can't stay with Luke is that we know that by the time of The Force Awakens, there aren't a ton of Jedi running around. If Luke successfully trains Baby Yoda, then that begs the question, where is Baby Yoda in The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi? Wouldn't Baby Yoda be just as important as Rey? If Luke trains Baby Yoda and The Mandalorian ends, then the only conclusion we could come to is that something terrible happened to Baby Yoda in between the series and The Force Awakens. You're welcome to interrupt me anytime.
Yep, I'm just...
If we accept that Baby Yoda goes to live with Luke and eventually goes to his Jedi school, then we'd have to accept that he gets killed by Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren. This feels like something Star Wars fandom can't deal with. How can we be okay with good boy Ben Solo if we retroactively learn that he killed Baby Yoda? I mean, Anakin busting out of the lightsaber, those unnamed younglings was one thing, but this is Baby Yoda we're talking about here. I'm not feeling that, dude. So what this guy goes on to say, ladies and gentlemen, is Baby Yoda is not going to be trained. Grogu is not going to be trained by Luke. He's going to run away from Luke and find a way back to Mando.
Yeah.
Which leads to a whole nother thing here. And Geeky Pixie with the awesome $5 super chat. Isn't there a comic having Palpatine casting lightning down onto Luke's temple, killing the Padawans, not Kylo Ren? Or is that just a fanfic? I don't know of that. Maybe that's in Legends, perhaps? I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know about that. By the way,
I'm about to look that up.
Look at Geeky Pixie's picture here. If anybody is a what do you call it? Gosh, I can't remember. Somebody who's like professional with Photoshop and what do you call those people? I don't even remember.
Artist?
Graphic artist.
Graphic designer.
Graphic design,
artist?
yes. If anybody's a graphic designer, if you could make her shirt a Star Wars shirt, holler at me. Holler at her and let her know. Because that's something that we want to get her an alternative. Not that there's anything wrong with that picture, but we want to get her a Star Wars shirt on it as well. But anyways, Geeky Pixie, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. You are the best. And this video is for you, ma'am.
So, you guys want to go do some shooting?
We have another super chat here from Valiant Renegade, who sends $10. This is old sequel trilogy timeline what? You did that on purpose. Nick, what is that word? He's smarter than me and you combined. Like, what is that?
Contrivances.
Can you dumb it down just a little bit, Valiant? I mean, come on, man. That's hilarious. This is old sequel trilogy timeline contrivances. It's already been busted in canon. We are in a new dawn. Disney doesn't come out and admit failure. They just quietly fix things in a slow roll. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Look. We got people laughing. Look, this is great. I love it. When in doubt, laugh at Coach. Tina Lynn, Colleen. I haven't seen my real hair color in 13 years. Yep. Alex. Yep. They got me, Alex. They got me. Contrivance. Thank you, Galadorn. Fallout Zone. Yeah, they got me, man. Oh my God, your Southern is showing. You are right, sister. You are right. We don't use them big words down here. Contrivances. Have y'all ever watched Hodge Twins? That's like, we're the white version of those dudes.
Yeah.
Hail George Fernandez.
Oh, yeah.
Lord of mercy. We just lit Kathy up. Oh, dear Lord, I'll join on open mic. Yeah. Mexican Iron Man would be loving this. Shh, don't tell him. Don't, oh Lord, please no.
Yeah.
We would never hear the end of that. To contrive, to pull from. Okay. Frank G says controversy. Ty Kane, the new timeline Disney will fire Kennedy and scrap all of her projects. Contraband. Look, I'm sorry. Never an intention to make our great host look bad. Oh, you saying I look bad now? Is this bad? We are laughing with you, not at you. No, it's okay.
Contrivance.
Did you do a Google sound thing?
Yep, sure
I can smell it. He typed in the word and clicked the little speaker to hear Google say it to him. That's awesome. Look, combusted. We're busted on that one.
Share my screen.
Oh, I know you are. All right. Yeah, I hear it. Thanks. That's hilarious, man. That's hilarious.
So for now, I'm gonna keep Google up at all times, and when we get a long crazy word that we don't ever use in our day-to-day lives, we're gonna copy and paste it into Google and listen to the sound reference, and then we'll hit on it.
What's so funny is I was trying to get Nick to play a game with me 2 days ago, and he was like, "That's just not my kind of game, man. It's there's too much there, too much. I need something kind of dumbed down a little bit."
Yeah, Tina Lynn's actually playing that game that you're talking about too.
Valheim.
Yeah,
check out this. All right, we got to get back on target here. All right, stay on target. All right. So, anyways,
stay on target.
Yeah, stay on target. Valiant Renegade, you were the man. You were hilarious. Thank you for doing that. Can't wait for you to pop in here in a few minutes. And this video is for you. You already know. You are Echo Base Network. So, when you guys go jump into other people's streams and Echo Base Network comes up, y'all just be like, "Hey, they try, man. They at least they try." So here's the next thing here. Who is Luke Skywalker's first apprentice? And I'm not going to read this whole thing.
Hey, real quick, scroll up and before you get into this, scroll up and highlight Genco M's comment.
Oh, okay.
Genco M.
Boom. Genco M. Hey guys, that Lucas versus Jeremy discussion was beautiful. They agreed to disagree against all my predictions, and that ability is the one that we need to end this war against the SJW extremist.
Yeah, 100%.
And
the thing is, the SJW weirdo people wouldn't come on and have that conversation. Have that disagreement back and forth. They'll just stay on the keyboard, behind the screen and
not budge.
Yeah, and complain the whole time and whine and.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Which we do our fair share of whining, when need be.
Yep. So, looking at this next article, it says while young Grogu may be now in the hands of a Jedi, it does raise some questions about Luke Skywalker and who his first apprentice actually was. So this article gets into what we really wanted to talk about, and I'm not going to even read it, guys. And you are welcome to come into the show and tell us this. It all is going to come down to if Grogu is actually being trained by Luke. The premise of this article is this. If we see, and Nick, I want you to speak on this, if we actually see, whether it's in Mandalorian, whether it's in Ahsoka, whether it's in a Luke Skywalker series, who knows what's going to happen. But if we actually get to see and witness Grogu being trained by Luke, Disney has already established the canon that Grogu was not Luke's first student. Ben Solo was at the age of 10. In Charles Soule's book, Ben, on his 10th birthday, left with Luke to become Luke's first student ever. And that's canon by Disney. And so if that's the case, if it actually happens and Luke is training Grogu, then you now have an alternate reality.
Yeah. And we've made this point before.
Yes.
And I don't see how you end up with the sequel trilogy with Luke training Grogu right now, and he does have them right now.
Look, I got the Black Saber cup. See, isn't that dope? Okay, sorry.
That does look kind of cool.
No topless again. So, what's your prediction, Nick? Are we going to see Grogu trained by Luke, or is somehow it never going to happen and Grogu's going to work his way back to Mando, having never been trained by Luke?
Man, I have no clue what they're ultimately going to do, but I'm hoping that Luke trains Grogu along with others, and we get a split universe that does not end with the sequel trilogy.
Yes.
However they do it, worst case scenario, if they don't do another timeline, just ignore the sequel trilogy altogether. Don't do any tie-ins to show the rise of the First Order and all that, because I just don't care,
Dude, we have a special guest here, guys. Let me highlight this gentleman right here, Gagna's World. He went to my channel, my personal channel. It's been years ago, and I used to do giveaways, competitions. Like you enter a giveaway, and that's back when I had a huge Star Wars collection, much bigger than what you see behind me. I had that Nick remembers. I had thousands and thousands of figures. Mm-hmm. And Gagna's World won a Stormtrooper and did a really nice video thanking me for it and posted it on his YouTube channel. So good to hear from you, sir. Very good to hear from you. Glad you were here. We've got a $2 super chat. Contraption. Ray J's World says.
I know contraption.
Now say contraption.
That one's easy.
Yeah. Thank you, Ray J. That's hilarious, man. Geeky Pixie sends another $5. Neither of those were Luke's first apprentice. Luke's first apprentice was, in fact, his twin sister Leia Organa. Neither Ben nor Grogu was his first.
That's a good point. Because he started training Leia.
Right.
Was it a year after?
I think they.
No. She had in the EU. She had the twins a year after.
Yeah, and she's right. Luke did teach her, but I think Charles Soule describes it in his book. Luke never took her as a student, like I'm your master, you are the Padawan. It was more of, hey, you have the Force and do this. You're my sister. She didn't she wasn't becoming a Jedi. I don't know. I never read the book, but he straight out stipulates the very first student was Ben Solo. But yeah, that's an interesting point for sure. For sure. Anyways, we're going to get through your thoughts here, guys, and let us know. Do you think... Actually, let's do this. Give us a 1 in chat. Give us a 1 in chat if you think Grogu will be trained by Luke in this Favreau-led production. Or give us a 2 if you don't think it's going to happen and he's going to find his way back to Mando. Because if he is trained, again, if he's trained by 69, dirty, if he's trained by Luke, you know what? And I saw something Tina Lynn said earlier. It would definitely take out a lot of the momentum of Luke showing up at the end of chapter 16. One of the things that was so cool about Luke showing up is leaving with Grogu. That was awesome. He showed up. He was awesome. He saved all those people. He's the only person in the galaxy that could have done it. Maybe besides Ahsoka. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if Ahsoka could have done it. I don't know. But I would think so. What about you?
Yeah. Same.
I would think so.
Yeah. Yep, I would think so for sure.
Yep. Mace Windu says, Coach, you are a beautiful man. Never forget that. Daryl Bell says, my heart hurts from just reading that word. Tina Lynn called you a cheater for using. Yeah. Eric Horseman said, this is too cute. I couldn't pronounce the word. Valheim is pretty cool. Echo Base Network. Longest word in the English language. Oh, moving on.
Where is that?
Anti-de-establishmentarianism. Anti-de-establishmentarianism. Got it. Wow.
I thought supercalifragilisticexpialidocious was the longest word in the English language, or is that the?
There's the point again. English it was word. Neither. Technically, Luke's first apprentice was Leia. Valiant Renegade, we appreciate everyone here. If you can, please send a super chat or super sticker. Thank you for doing that, Valiant. You're the man, brother. Let's see. Grogu wouldn't be the first Jedi Mandalorian. The first one created the Darksaber, right? I don't know about that. That's interesting. I do not know.
Yeah. The first Mandalorian Jedi is the one that created the Darksaber.
Disney canon means nothing. Alternate 1985. No topless again. You're so bad. All right, let's get into. I am drinking water from my coffee mug this time. I will get coffee if needed, but right now I'm feeling good.
I don't even have anything to drink. I'm gonna go get something here in a minute.
You go right ahead. I'm gonna keep going through these chats, see what everybody's saying about this.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yep, that's the what you posted right there, Tina. That was so that. Yeah, I agree. It kills that scene. Whatever cup you're drinking out of is badass. Bye-bye sequels. I agree. Wait, was it The Mandalorian 5 years after Return of the Jedi, or am I tripping? Something have to happen to Kylo be the real first at 10 then. Yeah, I think Mandalorian is 5 years after Return of the Jedi, where they are right now in story. So yes, you're correct. We will see. What I don't like is how when Kylo Ren left Luke with other Jedi follower, aka the Knights of Ren, how they are treated like minions and never shown until the end. No development. Yeah, you're right about that. Let's get into what you guys said. So, Johnny Gonzalez says, Grogu will be trained. Daryl Bell, Grogu. Chief Cook, Grogu will be trained. Rob, Grogu will be trained. Tina Lynn, Grogu will be trained. Geeky Pixie says, nope. Grogu's going to run away and go back to Luke. Frank G says, Grogu will be trained. Ted, Grogu trained. Omega says no. JP says yes. Silent Zero says yes. Sinister says no. Andrew Johnson, yes. Mace Windu says yes. The Bombard Bounty. Actually, James Unger says yes. Bombard Bounty, $5 super chat. Jon Favreau talked about a movie that inspired ideas for Mando called Paper Moon. A child leaves her home with a con artist only to return back home. Ooh, yikes. Yikes. Why did you tell me that? Oh, man. I'm going to have to go look into that. That is very interesting. Hopefully that doesn't happen, because I'm definitely pulling for Grogu to be trained by Luke. We need that. Star Wars needs healing right now, Disney, if you're listening. We need Grogu to be trained by Luke and let this alternate reality happen. Goes back to the world between worlds with Ahsoka and Ezra and all that. We know that there are two different realities, because in the end of that episode, they both went back to their times. And Ezra even told Ahsoka, when you go back through, come and find me, because she never did in his timeline, even though she's still alive. She never went and found Ezra. And she said, I will. So in that alternate line, in the Ahsoka's timeline, from that moment, the one where he pulled Ahsoka through, it's going to be different. So which one is it? It's got to be the one, it's Ahsoka's time, where she went back in time to her original time, if that makes sense. Because when Ezra pulled Ahsoka through, no, not quite, but when Ezra pulled Ahsoka through, if you go back and watch that, you get the voices of the future, and some of it was sequel trilogy. So my thought is Ahsoka goes and finds Ezra, new reality, new future. That's the hope anyways. Mexican Iron Man sends a $4.99 super chat. He says, I'm not producing tonight, so can someone please take the PC game controller away from Coach? I'm afraid he's going to hurt himself. Hail EBN. No, you missed it, Mexican Iron Man. I got a word that I could not say in a super chat, and I had to read it, and I almost started sweating. I felt very pressured, and I failed. I failed miserably. And oh man, y'all are never going to look at me the same. But thank you so much for that $4.99 super chat. And Bombard Bounty, thank you for the $5 super chat. The Matt Cave says, 2, Grogu will not be trained. Joe will not be trained. Cred Sox says, will be trained. Why can't it be both? If he's trained at all, he becomes the Padawan. It's got to be an alternate reality, according to Charles Soule in the book. Mace Windu and Spike and Madness 420. Casey Bond says, not trained. Mermaid ASMR. What? Mermaid ASMR? We're going to go check that channel out. Mermaid ASMR. I love ASMR. We are in the works of having a mermaid, not a mermaid, but a ASMR channel, an Echo Base ASMR channel. Mermaid ASMR. I see somebody named Mermaid Whispers. It's not you. I'm going to have to find you later. Mermaid ASMR. Okay. If you have an ASMR channel, that is dope. I love that stuff. I don't sleep well and love it. Tim Meyer says 1 and 2. Anthony F says 1. Gagnus World says 1. Colleen, that was a great scene. Absolutely, it was. Frank G, 1, but later 2. Possible? I don't think so. Yeah, but it'll be an alternate line. It'll be an alternate line if that happens. So yeah, guys, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's that word. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to catch up with our chat here. Geeky Pixie sends a $5 super chat. She's got a great ASMR voice. Geeky says, a rumor spreading that Din Djarin may not be the Mandalorian in season 3 as Pedro is soon working on Last of Us TV show going to HBO Max. I have heard that. I'm seeing that. And I'm also seeing that even if he's not starring in the show, they're still going to use his voice perhaps as the voice actor because he already isn't in the suit a lot of the time. I don't know. Does Mandalorian have to have Din Djarin? The voice is important. But the guy in the suit, we'd never know. So yeah, that's I don't know. That's a good thought. Good thought there. So thank you. And Bombard Bounty sends another $5 super chat. I meant she leaves her old life, learns some life lessons, but then decides she is better to be home, so comparison with Luke and then back to Mando. Yeah. I got you. That's the inspiration that he got from a book. I meant she leaves her old life, learns some life lessons, but then decides she is better to be home, so comparison with Luke and then back to Mando. Yeah. We'll see. We will definitely see. Bombard Bounty, thank you. Geeky Pixie, thank you so much. Eric Horseman sends a $2.99 super chat. I only have $3 in my bank account. It's yours. Eric, dude, you didn't have to do that, man. Thank you so much for supporting us here at Echo Base Network. All of you guys. Bombard, Geeky, everybody. We really appreciate it. And then Geeky Pixie sends another $2 super chat. Boba Fett can take center stage as well, and that's what we want to see. We're hoping that series is going to be great, and I don't have any doubt that it is going to be. So anyways, Geeky Pixie, Bombard, and Eric. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there, Eric. We love y'all, man. Thank you so much for those super chats. And you are Echo Base Network, and this video is for you. So very cool. Back. Hey, there he is. So
Man,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say I just let the dogs out to use the bathroom because Chico was sitting here whining, and I can't feel my face now.
Who?
Chico and Missy.
Who?
Chico and Missy.
Who let the dogs out?
Oh, I let the dogs out.
Who?
I did.
Who let the dogs? I remember when we were like 22, we went out one night, us and a bunch of friends, and we went to Waffle House. It's like 3 a.m, and we were chilling in Waffle House, and this old redneck guy with a cowboy hat and these Wranglers comes walking in, and he's singing, "Who let the dogs out?" He came from the club and was singing that. And do you remember that?
Yeah, vaguely.
Man, we were rolling, dude. It was hilarious. That guy had to have been 60 years old. That was hilarious. Yeah. That's funny. Thank you guys for indulging us. This is what happens when you get the unplanned Echo Base
random
network.
Echo Base stream.
We're just gonna be. It is what it is. It is what it is. Nothing wrong with dad jokes. Yeah. That's it. If you guys missed the Lucas versus Jeremy throwdown on our live stream the other day, we made a little intro for it. Check this out. I think you're going to like it. So I see a bunch of people's comments. Who won that? Jeremy or Lucas? Throw that in the chat.
And while people are typing that in there, at the end of the day, by the end of that, you see them cutting up and going back and forth, and everything was good. But you're not going to agree with everybody. I mean, Lucas came out with a video today that I listened to, and there was a part of it where I was like, "Oh, really, Lucas?" And Jeremy's come out with stuff before where I'm like, I don't know about that, Jeremy. But I love both those guys. Both of them are super cool guys. And I got a lot of respect for both of them.
Absolutely, that's true. Parker Kirk says you guys are the best, honestly, pure quality. Thank you, brother. We appreciate that. Little time we have, we give it the effort, man. We do our very best. Nick is gifted with social media and social networking, and he's always been better with people than me. Always. He's good at bringing people together and making people feel good. And I'm just the guy on the keyboard making the edits. I make the thumbnails and I make the little videos and
help guide the conversation. Keep things on track.
I'm the school teacher. Yeah, I'm the school teacher.
Yeah, so, have the agenda put together.
That's it. So, but we appreciate that nice sentiment there. Jeremy versus Lucas Battle of Heroes scene with Obi-Wan versus Anakin. Yes.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so here we go. Jeremy. Lucas for the win. No winner. Team Jeremy. Coach and Nick have a contest. What will be Grogu's first words? Ooh.
First words.
Yoda.
That's
Yoda. That's what I say.
Yeah, I could see that being it.
Yep. The Matt Cave says, "Yo, Adrian." We got Jeremy. Cameron won. He shut him down, didn't he? Awkwardly awesome Jeremy. Nick, who let the dogs out? Jeremy. Yep, Jeremy. There was no win or loss. They were friends having fun. They disagreed but respected each other. Well said. Jeremy, because Lucas kept cutting him off. That's hilarious. So, yeah. You're the face, Coach. Nick is the brains. What do you think about that, Nick?
I'd say it's probably more the opposite. I think that's probably different for everybody, because in the beginning, I was all over YouTube before.
I didn't have a clue.
Yeah, and so most everybody that was coming to our channel knew who I was. That Coach was kind of new to the YouTube world, and
I still don't watch a lot of YouTube, guys.
Yeah,
and I think that keeps us unique too, because we don't want to copy anybody. We want to be a curveball and a fastball league. I'm going to say that like Coach.
Yeah.
Eric says, your channel is the best because you were inclusive to all. If I ever win the lottery, you're going to get a big burst of money. Fingers crossed, Eric. Fingers crossed.
You got to play the lottery to win the lottery, Eric. So hopefully you're playing it.
Yeah.
Get those numbers for us, baby.
Well, look, I saw somebody posted about Rian Johnson earlier. I meant to highlight it, and I don't think I got to it. I think it was Rogue Soul or Frank. Guys, we're going to go ahead and open this up for pop-ins. So if you want to pop on in. Let's have a panel or two of pop-ins, and you just come and tell us whatever you want to. If you want to talk about the Baby Yoda thing, the Grogu being trained, if you want to mention the Rian Johnson thing, whatever you want to do,
the Chronos,
you can come in and talk about the channel. You can talk about your channel, Jeremy Lucas, anything. This is a very casual pop-ins. So if you want to throw the link out there, Nick, and just let people click on it, and we'll fill this thing up with pop-ins, and let's see what's on everybody's mind tonight.
Let's see here.
And when we're done here, guys, I'm probably going to shut this stream down, and I'm going to continue some Fallen Order. You down with that?
Yeah,
Nick?
yeah.
Because I was enjoying. I want to get to some more fighting, and y'all are really helping me, man. Y'all were helping me a lot, like telling me where to go and stuff, and I'm totally cool with that. All right. I have nothing in the brain right now, says Cred Sox.
All right, link has been posted.
There it is. The link is there. Oh, MG Odinson. You guys made me appreciate the Battle of Hoth more than I ever did. Whenever I watch Empire now, I can see you guys at the front lines. Oh, man.
Yeah,
So
from
are
that
you-
retrospectives.
Yeah, we haven't done a retrospectives in a while. We need to go do another one.
Jeff Hicks from World Class is actually narrated that one. If you didn't know already, well, I think that was in the beginning of it.
Yeah. Yeah, Nick, you posted the YouTube link, not the StreamYards link.
Oh. I'm
we
sitting
can't
here
say
trying-
we can't say those big words or anything.
Let's see here. Let me.
Steve Foley with a $5 super chat. Thank you very much, Steve. If you meant to have a message in that, just type it, and I'll be glad to read it, Steve. Sometimes people accidentally send a blank super chat. So if that's the case, please type it, and I'll be glad to read that here on air. But thank you so much for your $5 super chat. We greatly appreciate that, man. And while we got a minute and people are starting to pop in, oh, there he is right there. Steve, you didn't have to send another one, man, but thank you. Post Geek Singularity Network member Coach. It wasn't a comparison, it was a warning. I'm confused. What are we talking about?
I'm not sure what he's referencing.
Yeah. What do you mean, Steve?
It wasn't a comparison, it was a warning. Is he talking about the...
I'm not sure, but I'll tell you what, anybody
Grogu being trained by Luke?
I'm not sure. Anybody that mentions the PGS network and Robert Meyer Burnett, that's demanding to be listened to, because
we love some R&B.
Yeah, absolutely. There's just nobody. He's a treasure, man. He is a treasure.
Yep, definitely a wealth of knowledge.
I want to make sure that I do not miss Gina's post. Gina's post. Got it. Okay. So
okay.
It wasn't a comparison, it was a warning. Yes.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
I agree.
Steve.
I agree.
100% agree. Yes.
Well said. Nowhere in that right there is it comparing us to what happened in World War II. She's talking about hate. She's talking about the precursor to that.
Yeah.
And
I think she was referring to people in Congress and on the far left are talking about wanting to identify Trump supporters and basically have them labeled and like track them. Like this talk is actually going on within government, you know?
Yeah.
And that's crazy no matter what side of the aisle you're on. Like me and Coach are, of course, more right leaning, if you couldn't tell. But we wouldn't want that done to anybody on the left.
No.
You know, so
no. Absolutely. Well said, Nick.
I think that's what she was. I definitely believe that's what she was doing.
Yep. And
I agreed with her take, and RMB did as well in his video.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So thank you so much, Steve, for sending that. That's you're spot on, my friend.
Yeah,
you're spot on.
It definitely was not a fireable offense on her part. People misconstrued it and took it completely out of context.
Well, there's a group of people who are looking for anything they can find, and they'll make it up if they have to. And that's happened to me, ladies and gentlemen, as a basketball coach. I can show you the article where they ran me out of town, and I did nothing wrong. All I did was win, baby. All I did was win. All right. Daryl Bell sends a $5 super chat. Always enjoy the show, gentlemen, but I'm out. Work comes early, especially with this lovely Texas weather. Peace and chicken grease. So thank you so much, Daryl Bell and Steve Foley.
Bell.
Yep. Daryl Bell, and Steve Foley. And we got one more super chat that we're going to hit real quick before we do our pop-ins. Aaron C. says, heads up, guys. WDW Pro put up a good article about the Gina firing on Pirates and Princesses. Sounds like Favreau did not know they were firing her. Ooh.
Maybe we should pull that up.
Yeah. That's definitely worth looking into. If you guys haven't noticed,
Aaron,
we have not been doing a lot of reporting on it, and there's a reason why, and we're going to reveal that when the time is right. I just need y'all to trust us. All right, so Aaron C., thank you so much. Steve, thank you so much. And Daryl Bell, thank you so much for the super chats and keeping us cooking with oil here at the Echo Base Network. We appreciate it. You are Echo Base Network, and this video is for you. It is pop-in time. Pop-in time. And somebody said earlier, do I have to... It was Redneck Trekker. He said, do I have to be sober to come into to pop-ins? No, you do not.
Have you met Nick?
You just come on in here and do it. Yeah, exactly.
I don't have any whiskey, but I did go have margaritas today with a buddy of mine.
All right, Nick, I got you right here.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'm all out. I don't have anything here at the house.
4 Roses.
I'm not a cat.
Oh, nice. I like some 4 Roses. I had some over Christmas.
My assistant's trying to disable this, but I'm not a cat.
Oh, I want to pet you, Fat Steven Seagal.
Oh, you get the hell away from me, you creepy bastard.
Well, look, guys.
Fat Steven Seagal, real quick. That background it's a background of X-Men #1 when they did
I have 2 of those.
Regular X-Men. I have that copy, and I remember when that came out. I was at the bookstore in the mall and saw it, and I was like, that is freaking badass. I want that. And my mom bought it for me.
By the way, I've never told you this, Fat Steven Seagal. I'm a huge Steven Seagal fan.
Yeah, I am too.
From the late 80s to the late 90s.
I do all my own stunts. You should see me at the buffet. My waistline is under siege.
When he started getting worshipped by people and like embracing that, he kind of lost me there.
I worship the carrot.
All right.
Puffy shirts.
Well, Steven, I'm a fan of yours personally on YouTube. I've watched you. I love Lorena's show. I caught you on there the other day. So, man,
he's everywhere.
I love you, man.
Thank you.
Yep, he's everywhere. Well, look,
I have no self-respect.
You just tell us what's on your mind, guys. We're going to start up here with Geeky Pixie and just go around. And look, this is casual pop-ins. Y'all are welcome to chime in. You don't have to sit here and wait for somebody to say something to you. But I do want whoever is doing the speaking, let them do the speaking, and you guys feel free to have a conversation. But we'll just move around. Geeky, what's going on?
Well, I just got back from watching that Monster Hunter movie that just got released.
What is that? What it was called, Monster Hunter?
Yeah, Monster Hunter. It's the one based off the Monster Hunter World video game.
Oh, okay. Is that on Is that on Netflix or
Amazon Video for $20?
Oh, good God!
How
was it? Was it worth the money?
I would say so. The ending kind of got me like, really? I was at the edge of my seat. It did the whole Mortal Kombat first movie ending, like when it went where it showed them all about ready to fight, and then it said Mortal Kombat, and that was the end. It kind of did that, which means there's going to be more. But it's like, really?
Well, more for Mortal Kombat was the worst movie in the theater I ever saw. Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we went to see that, Nick? Oh my gosh!
The
How old were we?
soundtrack,
Like 17. It was the worst thing we've ever seen.
I was like, "What is this? This is so bad."
Now we went and saw Stargate, and Nick fell asleep watching Stargate. But Stargate was good. So Nick was just tired, I think.
Yeah, but we saw the first Mortal Kombat in theaters too, and it was
dope. It was dope.
Those soundtracks were good though. Both of the soundtracks were amazing.
Yeah, I liked the soundtrack for the first one for sure. Well, Geeky Pixie, anything else going on? You got to go watch a movie, and that was awesome. You liked it?
Yeah, it was decent. Watched it with my roommates instead of playing Among Us like I normally do on Tuesday nights.
Awesome.
I asked Coach about that game the other night, Among Us.
It's pretty fun. You basically have to just deceive each other to if you're the it person. But me, if I'm caught, I'll literally just say, "Well, you got me."
So you have like a house full of roommates? Do you guys have
We have 2 roommates. I have 2 roommates.
Okay. I'm guessing they're both girls too.
Nope, a couple.
Oh, okay.
We just finished watching that.
And they're going to be okay if you help me with an ASMR channel?
Yeah, I don't think they care what I do.
If they're a couple, they're kind of doing
what I want to do.
There you go. Absolutely.
And I'm just in the process of editing another video.
You've got some good videos. You got a lot of good music videos that you've done.
That's all I basically make.
Yeah. Yep, I enjoyed going through some of those. Sure did.
Yeah. What kind of music are you into, Geeky Pixie? Like, what's your go-to?
When pretty much any kind of music. It goes from opera all the way to country.
Wow. Do you like that band Flyleaf?
I've listened to a few of their songs. Yeah, they're okay. They fall under the Nightwish and Within Temptation genre.
Yeah.
Do you like my music?
I don't think I've heard your music.
Okay.
He is a character.
Does Fat Steven have a random character generator down there? I love it. It's like he's constantly changing that icon. It just crack every show he's on. This is what happens. You don't know who you're gonna get next. It's great. I love it.
I remember when the first time I saw it, I was absolutely mesmerized, man.
Yeah.
And I had to go. I asked Loki. I was like, "How the crap's he doing that? I want to know."
He's got the
ADHD.
gift for this.
Of ADHD.
Wow.
I've had hate messages where like, I'm OCD. Can you stop changing characters? You're driving me nuts. I'm like, no.
Does your YouTube channel cause epilepsy? For God's sake!
Actually, you don't even see these characters.
I think I might have just killed Nick. I'm sorry.
No, because I don't have a capture card, right? I don't have a capture card. So when I do my game streams, it's none of this avatars on there. Otherwise, you would see Squidward swearing at 12-year-olds at Fortnite, and then it would actually be funny.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious.
That's all right. You can see me swearing at my 12-year-olds here at home sometimes when they don't clean the dishes. So I mean, it's all good.
No, I don't appreciate other parents giving me the right to yell at their 12-year-olds at Fortnite. That's like the wish. It's like, thank God they're not my kids. I can give them back when I'm done.
Yeah, that's right.
When he was doing the Morty or Rick, whatever, Rick, I was thinking, because my kids play Roblox all the time, and they're always hearing, it's going to be a pickle Morty and a pickle Rick.
My kids play that a lot.
My nephew watches Rick and Morty like hardcore all the time.
I need to find a Pickle Rick doll. That's all I want.
Hot Topic. They usually have them. They have stuffed ones. They also have Pickle Rick slippers.
I can't bring myself to walk in a Hot Topic.
Just look at the ground, walk in and walk out, or they actually deliver to your house. They have the ship the
especially at our age. Back in our late 20s, mid 20s, late 20s, it was okay.
I'm way too old for Hot Topic, brother.
It was a thing when I was in high school, which was about the late 90s. So,
yeah.
I still work there because I like pop culture.
I graduated high school in '97. I hear it. Yeah. That's just when it was coming around.
But Coach and Nick, you guys have done amazing work over the last few weeks and few months, man. You guys deserve all the props you're getting. What's the best color lipstick you guys like when someone's kissing your ass? I want to
just when they get done doing it, buddy.
So do you like the Sephora?
Pink, right?
The Sephora stuff, so it doesn't leave like a mark, or do you want like something that leaves like a raspberry tone?
Yeah, but probably raspberry tone.
You are sick, sir. You are sick. You are sick.
Nick sent me some lipstick. I haven't put it on yet. I'm very sorry.
There's only one man who dare give me the raspberry fact, Steven.
We ain't failed. Anyways, all right. Colleen Guerra sent a $5 super chat. Thank you, Colleen. She said, "Impossible to see. The future is Grogu's first words." Everybody on the panel, when you talk, tell us what you think Grogu's first words are going to be. But before we do that, Colleen, thank you so much for sending that super chat. We greatly appreciate that. We are UR Echo Base Network, and this video is for you. All right, we're going to go ahead and move over to Ray J's World, guys, and we got people waiting in the background for panel number 2. Go ahead.
Before Ray J starts, Geeky Pixie, Baby Yoda's first words. Go.
I'm thinking it's either going to be Mando or just his name Grogu.
Yeah, I can see either of those being the case for sure. All right, Ray J's World, shoot.
Okay, you remember when I was on here, I was thinking of starting this thing called peacefully protest cancel culture.
Yes.
I've decided that maybe we should have a culture expo or culture convention. I'm going to talk about it on my YouTube when I live stream on YouTube on Thursday. But I want to get everybody's opinion on it within the Fandom Menace, Comicsgate, and all that. Like, I would really love to see a Friday Night Tights panel, live panel, with all of them there, and like Comic-Con, they come out and they just have a conversation. And the audience is there like, yeah, or Doomcock with his helmet on. He can do some electric voice thing with a mic or whatever, but
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool to see.
Because that would be a lot better than marching through the streets of Hollywood saying, stop canceling people. Maybe we could get the canceled actors to come to the expo, like Vic Mignogna was canceled, and apparently he was going to a convention, and the convention almost lost their Stripe thing because he was canceled and junk. If you don't know who he is, he voiced Edward Elric in Full Metal Alchemist. So, yeah.
Well, I think the more we can get content creators together who have different views, and especially political views, and be a model, if you will. And we're trying to do that. We try to do it.
Yes.
We try to do it occasionally, where we have all of these people come together that you don't see on a typical basis, and we all have very different viewpoints. And we had our first heated, our channel's been around for what now, Nick? Nearly 2 years?
2 years this April.
2 years this April, and we just had our first fight on Echo Base Network. Really wasn't a fight. It was the most spirited debate we've had, and it's okay, because at the end of the day, as soon as they were done with that, they were grown-ups, and they were like, yeah, we're good now. It's cool, and that's what we got to do. That's what we got to do.
But like, I know it's like expensive to have a convention, so I was like,
yeah.
I'm starting to sell shirts that say in Star Wars lettering, Star Trek lettering, peacefully protest cancel culture with my channel's name on the back, kind of like what you guys do on your shirt site with the Forces Faboloni and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking of just raising money from those t-shirt sales to raise enough money to start a convention. I'm thinking of having it in the town I live in, St. George, Utah, which is a very conservative state. but it's Utah, St. George, Utah is a very warm climate. So, like, if you do it in the middle of the winter, it's not going to be too cold.
Right. That's awesome. And as a backup plan, you could always do it online using a platform like this if you must. And it's something that you could promote.
Virtual.
Yeah, you could promote it way out in advance.
Who are you talking to?
And get some people.
That's what I'm starting with. What I'm starting with.
Yeah, that's good. I think it's a great idea.
Sorry, my Darty's jumping in the conversation. She's interested in stuff I do, but
Who is that?
that's a show I'm on. Okay, but yeah. She got mad at me for canceling Disney Plus, so I had to turn it back on because she wanted to see WandaVision. So I had to turn it back on.
Yeah,
The compromise.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what I was gonna say is, before I go, Baby Yoda's first words, "Daddy, can I have my balls?"
He did save it.
Just want to say to my wife
The
most
mind of a child
days.
is-
That was unexpected.
Yeah,
That was
very.
unexpected. Daddy, you only gave me one ball.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ray J. That's hilarious, bro. Rogue Soul, what's on your mind, brother?
Howdy.
Hey,
How's
man.
everybody
What's up?
doing?
This is
Yeah,
Wedge
good.
Antilles, everybody.
So, first off, I want to say earlier when you were playing Jedi Fallen Order, I was not trying to like call you out or anything, Coach. I was genuinely just poking fun.
I didn't
That's
even
aw-
notice. Yeah.
Cool.
I take very little seriously, bro. It's
Cool, for sure.
Yeah.
But in case anybody doesn't know, I do have a Jedi Fallen Order currently. I'm about halfway through the game ish, maybe more, on my channel. So if anybody
Right.
wants to check it out, they can.
Awesome.
Grogu's first words, I think, in all seriousness, it's probably going to be some giant reveal, because his memory went dark or whatever. So I think
Right.
somebody's just going to be
Yeah.
casually around, and he's going to be like evil or like Sith or something like that, and then it's going to be like dun dun dun, and then cliffhanger.
Yeah.
That's just my idea. And then I didn't get to come on last night, so I'm just gonna do a little synopsis of my piece regarding Kara or Gina.
Sure.
First off, I want to say I'm not behind her getting fired, getting canceled. I think it's complete BS. It's not fair to her. So it is very clearly biased on Disney's part. But Coach, last night you did say that Disney is a left-leaning company.
Yeah.
I will only say I think the only direction they lean is back toward themselves. So just they may be putting on a front of left-leaning right now, but that may not be what they actually go for. It's like if you were in during the if you were in the Crusades and you went up to some Templar guy and was just like, "Hey, no, Zeus is the rightful god," he'd be like, "Blasphemer," and then you'd be done. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my.
Well, I guess I would say that I should have articulated it a little better than I did. I would say that Disney leans left socially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I would stop there.
Yeah.
Everything else is about money.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. And I may have been born in 1994, and people may probably mute me when I come on the channel because they think, "Oh, just some millennial." But if you were to write down all my beliefs and everything, I guarantee you a lot of people would be super surprised. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. Well, look, you've got reasons to believe what you believe, and that's the important thing. You don't just believe something; you have reasons to believe what it is. So you got to keep that up. That's good, man. That's
and
good.
And I'm always open for discussion and stuff like that. I'm like, honestly, Jeremy, I'll bring him up. I don't agree with his viewpoints all the time, but I watch his videos because I appreciate his perspective.
Right. Well, I'll tell you the thing I appreciate about Jeremy is he is as objective as you can be.
Absolutely.
He is
he's a straight shooter.
Yeah, he tells you exactly. I always say it on here when we talk about Jeremy. You never have to second guess Jeremy because he gives you the first guess.
Oh yeah.
You know, now you might not agree with it, but he's going to tell you. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I have a lot of respect for Jeremy. 110%.
We do the same thing. We'll just pat you on the back and say it very calmly.
Yeah. But shameless self-promotion time. I do. I spent a good portion of the day putting together my WandaVision prediction video. I know it's not Star Wars gaming, but I'm just like super into WandaVision right now. So
I like it.
And
aren't we all?
I'm a giant comic books nerd, so like I had to get my idea out there.
Well, nobody throw a rock at me. I have not watched an episode yet.
And
like I said, my daughter loves that show for some reason. I don't know why, but she just likes Wanda.
I'm not a good multitasker, and I'm watching Star Trek: The Original Series right now, and by God, I'm going to finish it before I do anything else.
There's nothing wrong with that, Coach. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And also, I don't think I've been able to say Deep Space Nine is the bee's knees. Love it so much.
Here we go. Enter Nick. Nick. Here we go. Nick, we've already all heard it.
100% agree. DS9 is my favorite.
Yeah.
DS9 was great. I love DS9.
And for those of you that don't know, Coach has never seen it.
Oh, I knew it.
He was waiting for me to say it.
I will say though, Picard is the better captain.
Damn.
That's.
I disagree. I'd say was.
They made him into
yeah, especially after Picard.
Yeah, he's an SJW now.
They killed him in Picard.
Patrick Stewart lit that dumpster on fire and walked away.
Yeah. He's a synth JW. What are you talking about?
Rogue Soul, I appreciate all the comments, man. Let me before we go to Black Dragon, let me hit these two super chats that we've got, guys. Colleen Guerra says, "Impossible to see. The future is Grogu's first words." Colleen, that's it's quite possible.
You already hit that one.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Colleen, thank you again. You're wonderful. You said that with such disdain, Nick. All right, Mermaid ASMR. What if Grogu's first words are about the person of the name, or about the person or the name of the person who saved him from the Jedi Temple? What if
that's
Anakin?
what I'm saying.
What if they're Anakin?
What if Anakin
R2D2
Skywalker?
Yeah, R2D2 could have saved him. Yeah, Brie Larson. They're going to do a
Jar Jar.
Oh God, no.
I don't know.
They're R2. We'll go with that.
Yeah, we're gonna find out because they kind of left that open ended. And they have that question out there. So I don't think they know exactly what they're gonna do with that, but I guarantee they're working on that backstory.
I loved Coach's answer before he said it 5 seconds before when that question was asked. My head went Yoda.
Yeah.
And then he said it, and I'm like,
Great minds think alike.
Great minds.
yeah.
But you're giving me them words I can't say.
It might be Yaddle.
Yeah. Great minds, but you give me them vocabulary words I can't pronounce.
Speaking of Yaddle, I missed it. Did you get to that line in Jedi Order yet?
No.
Grease starts talking about Yaddle, and it's the funniest thing.
Cool. Cool. Well, Mermaid ASMR, thank you so much for that super chat. We greatly appreciate that. We're going to give you a little Ahsoka right here. You are Echo Base Network. And if you got your own ASMR channel, please do pop in on our next panel. We would love to hear it. Here is a video for you. All right, Black Dragon, what's on your mind, sir?
Oh, not a whole lot. I've been watching you guys for about 6 months now. I saw some of your earlier stuff, and it really didn't catch my attention. It wasn't until about 6 months ago.
Not surprising. Black Dragon.
It hit me between the eyes, so I subscribed.
Well, thank you.
And just remember that we honor those who have become one with the Force.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Absolutely.
As far as Grogu's first words, the only thing that I could come up with if Luke is going to train him would be Master.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that being the case.
But
sure.
I also like Rogue Soul's take on it as far as, or maybe it was Ray J about the person that saved him from the temple. And if it was Anakin, that would be one heck of a plot twist.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Big time.
It goes to the original trilogy to where, Luke always saw good in his father's heart, and that right there could prove that.
So if they bring all of that together, if we get Ahsoka, Luke, Grogu, and Anakin, a Force ghost or anything, if we get all of that, Star Wars is in a good place.
100%.
Agreed. And I think Favreau and Filoni are doing a good job trying to bring the fandom back together after Kathleen Kennedy and basically her cronies have torn them apart.
Preach.
Yep. Absolutely, man.
I mean,
110%.
I don't think Kathleen Kennedy should be, canceled like they're trying to do to everybody else. She deserves a job just like anybody else. But we really do need to keep the politics out of our entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We need a leader that actually can do the job.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't want to lead.
You're entitled to your politics, but as far as our entertainment goes, we want to be entertained, not preached to.
Yeah, me and Coach don't bring any political or religious stuff into our channel here. We just try to keep it entertaining and fun, and
we want an
stay
escape.
On the positive side. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Alex is calling for it in the chat, so I'm going to go ahead and play this. We'll be back in 15 seconds.
So, you guys want to go do some shooting?
When I made that video, I was like, Nick, should we play this?
I missed. I was trying to cut that head off. I'll put that.
Somebody's going to take this one the wrong way, man. Like, we really don't wish her any ill will.
No, and I almost commented on that about how you were lying to everybody because we know stormtroopers cannot hit the broadside of a bantha until I read the bottom corner. You just needed motivation.
Yep, exactly. That's right. I knew a lot of people would miss that part, but I'm glad you got that. Yeah.
But according to Obi-Wan in A New Hope,
only stormtroopers are that accurate.
Yeah, they're very precise. But
the stormtroopers that he served with, as they become the stormtroopers, but only the ones that were actually clone troopers were on the Death Star with Darth Vader.
Yeah,
and also I'm
couldn't hit the broadside of a
convinced-
bantha, but they could hit the broadside of a bantha's butt, and that's Kathy's face. So that worked.
That's not true. They hit the broadside of a boulder. They just didn't get out of the way in time of the boulder.
Ooh.
That's true. Now that was definitely a dedicated E-Web soldier.
Yeah, I think Rogue Soul. Were you about to say something?
Yeah, I would like to make the point that stormtroopers, when firing on like rebels and live targets, they shoot non-violent, non-lethal shots for the sake of the target they're shooting. They are not evil people. Dang it!
All janitors on the inside.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say about Kathy Kennedy is maybe it would be I'm gonna laugh if Gina Carano decides to sue her for defamation her directly.
That would be a
They
good
can't.
idea.
They can't. They go after the news medias who are making up a false narrative without any professional statement that's been
I
issued
don't
yet.
see her doing that route because if she loses, she's out of a job for anybody ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Because they'll look
Yeah,
at
she's
when you
not
tried
gonna
to
do
sue
it
the
anyway.
company you got fired from.
Oh
No,
yeah, Johnny Depp. I forgot about that. Ugh.
And the
I
thing
mean,
is,
Gina, she's going to
with
take her
everything
win and
going
leave.
on, I can't say that I've seen anything that Kathleen Kennedy has actually put out personally against Gina Carano.
And that is why all of these leaks have been from anonymous spokespeople, because
Of course they
that is
are.
the shield against the legal defense. And that is the
Exactly.
bottom line. And I don't, it is not, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to take over the feed here, but that is the reason, Gina Carano has too much character. Let me boil it down to this. She is too much of a lady. She is too much integrity. She is not going to waste her damn time suing these jerks for what they did to her. She doesn't care. If you haven't
Right.
figured that out by now, then you don't understand Gina. She has
turned
moved
the other
on. She's turned the other cheek. She has
I don't
moved
see her
on.
attacking anyone at all on social media.
No, she's like, you know
All
what?
of
You
us
want to do
still
this to
are.
me? God bless you. Bless your heart. Have a great day. You don't bother me. I'm moving on. I know
mean,
what my
she's
life
posting
is.
about-
I know what I want to do. I'm done. That's it.
I have
That's
a question.
Gina.
I have a question. Which post was of it of hers? What date was it where she turned the other cheek? And was there a close up of said cheek?
And I'd like to
I'm
raise
not
the
attacking
point.
What?
Anyone is kind of like turning the other cheek with everyone attacking her.
I'm with Steven on that one. I mean, she's cute. And
Gorgeous.
she got some cute cheeks. She's
She
only
was
gotten more
gorgeous.
beautiful with age.
She was gorgeous.
And I just
She
wait a
would
minute,
break
I
your
just
face
made
before
Coach
she
blush.
turns the other
I'm
cheek.
sorry, Coach. I'm
I
sorry.
just made Coach blush. I'm going to bed tonight, smiling my ass off as a happy man.
what are we talking
Feel
about?
that rigor mortis.
Y'all are crazy. I love it.
That's
All
part of the
joking
reason
aside,
I don't get on Twitter.
Gina is an incredible, proper lady. She has only gotten more beautiful with age, and she only has grown more character.
Yeah.
I don't care what she does. I don't care. She is not going to waste her time suing these morons, and at Disney. And Coach, I appreciate you plugging the channel and the videos I've posted earlier in the show. This is where I'm at with it. And you said, we don't want to be negative. I don't want to be negative either. I'm trying to look at the good side of this. I'm trying to be pragmatic. I'm trying to be, level-headed about this whole situation. And at the end of the day, this is Lucasfilm. This is Kathy Kennedy lashing out her last gasps. Remember, folks, her contract with Lucasfilm is up October 30th this year.
I thought it was
This is it.
extended in April.
Now, unless Bob Iger jumps into the fray and pulls her out of the fire, what you're witnessing now, what you people are witnessing now, is Kathy Kennedy's last gasps, in my opinion, to burn the house down.
Yep.
But she's not
Yep.
doing that.
That's
She's
it.
burning the mouse down. She's not doing it to the house. She's burning the mouse down.
She's trying to burn down Cinderella's castle.
But it's not that.
That's
It's
it.
what you guys
That's
are not
it.
understanding. But what you're not understanding is also at the same time, maybe you are seeing this, is that now that Disney has done the taint that is the Star Wars of their sequel trilogy and the way they've been acting over the last few months, even years, when you think Disney or Star Wars, or when you think Marvel or anything that Disney owns, you don't hear the property Marvel or Pixar or anything else. All you hear is Disney, and that bad
Right.
taste is already on your tongue. It doesn't matter who's making it because the mouse is behind it and they've already injected the toxin. We are just there trying not to throw up from the toxin.
That's right. But and Fat Steven Seagal, you make a great point, and I think you're totally right. And this is the thing, and I've talked about this in videos earlier tonight with all of this, and this goes forward with how Star Wars is going to look as we move forward. And it's the battle for the soul of Star Wars. And I agree with Coach and Nick. Star Wars is not dead. Star Wars is never going to die because Star Wars is George Lucas. Star Wars is episodes 4, 5, and 6 that we grew up with. The first movie that I can remember ever seeing in the theater with my dad that died when I was 16 years old. I still think back on all the fond memories that I had with him. But one of the first memories I had was seeing Return of the Jedi when I was 4 years old.
No.
That's old Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And even the newer the prequel trilogies, and as much as we all love to joke about him back then, and yeah, George Lucas, God bless him, he is a fabulous storyteller. He is an incredible creative. The man can't write dialogue. That look, we all have to find, we all have to find our limits.
The king of wooden dialogue.
I know. I'm like saying I'm rough and I get everywhere. Okay, that's fine. But the prequel trilogies were still Lucas's vision. What we have today is not Lucas. This is not Lucas. And we're not in Star Wars anymore. So when Coach and Nick say Star Wars is not going to die, they're absolutely 100% correct. Star Wars is not going to die. Star Wars is what we grew up with. Star Wars is what we love. Star Wars, and if there's anybody other than George Lucas that is now holding Star Wars in the palm of their hand, the only person that you can really hand that off to is the person that Lucas himself has handed it off to and has basically called his prodigy, and that's Dave Filoni.
Mm-hmm.
Rebels, Clone Wars, things like that. You know, look, I mean, that's who Lucas brought in. You give the man credit. Look, not everything they've done is perfect, but you know, we're at that point now where we're seeing what's happening. We all have to have faith, but you know, look, Disney's going to do what they're going to do. I think Kathy is not long for this world when it comes to Star Wars, because at the end of the day, this is still a publicly traded company, and the most powerful voting powers in Disney are Vanguard and BlackRock mutual funds. Combined, they control almost 20% of the publicly traded stock of Disney. You have a 401k, you got a pension, you work for a company, you probably have Vanguard and BlackRock funds. Those guys are voting for. Yeah. So look,
I have Acorns and I got them.
You know, they got to make money. They got to make money. And I think they hired Kathy's replacement earlier this year, and I've talked about this. And Coach and Nick, y'all can chime in. I'd love to hear everybody's comments on this. This is the kind of discussions that we need to have. And it's not because we're disgusted with where Star Wars is now, but it's because we have faith and love of Star Wars, and we want it to come back. Mm-hmm. So we've got to have the conversations about what we love about Star Wars and what we remember about Star Wars, passion about Star Wars, why we're here, why we're on this live stream right now at, you know, almost 11 o'clock Central Time talking about this stuff, because we love it. And because people like Coach and Nick have the passion to get out there and put up with cuckoos like us online to talk about this stuff.
We're one of you.
Right.
Anyway, I'm done.
Let's not talk about the not chocolate.
I agree with you. You know, nobody's perfect. And as Data said, you know, anybody that thinks they're perfect is a sign of a delusional mind.
Right. Yeah.
But, you know, the thing that gets me, and another one that actually bothers me, you have, you know, these left-wing people, you know, wanting to cancel everybody because you don't believe what we believe in. Mm-hmm. In the same tone, I don't get along with these people who say you killed my childhood because of the sequel trilogy. Mm-hmm. My parents took me for my 10th birthday in 1977. They took me to the theater to see Star Wars. Not Episode 4, it was Star Wars back then.
Right.
And I fell in love. I love the science fiction genre. I love Star Trek. I love Star Wars, Babylon 5, Battlestar Galactica. You know, science fiction just hit me, and I've never left it. But these people didn't destroy my childhood. I still have fond memories of my childhood. I just don't like where you're taking it now.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bingo.
And we still got those movies.
100%.
Right.
100%.
I own every one of them.
Yeah. The despecialized edition.
I own both versions.
Yeah.
Yep. Well said, Black Dragon. We appreciate that, man. Guys, let's go ahead and move over to Sid. Sid, what's on your mind, sir?
Quite a bit. I just want to be sure you can hear me, right?
We got you.
Yep.
Alrighty. I thought I was having problems on this end, but I do want to say, hey all, hail everyone.
Hey there.
I discovered Echo Base Network not too long ago,
Uh-oh.
and before I continue too much, before I forget, I want to talk about Grogu's first words. I think thanks to Mando, they'll be Dank Ferrick. You know,
Does he actually ever say his name in front of Grogu?
No.
No, I don't think so.
That was look. If Grogu's first word is a line that Gina Carano delivered in a show, that'll be the ultimate middle finger.
Ooh,
oh yes, it would.
Yeah.
Well, technically,
Definitely.
a lot of people have said that Ding Farragut wasn't.
Yeah.
A lot of people have.
Ron Martin, Gina Carano for governor.
Played the Mulan in the.
I'd vote for her tomorrow.
Yeah. What were you
See,
saying,
like,
Geeky?
I said the voice actor that did Mulan. She said Dan Farragut as well.
Oh, I did not know that.
When she was fighting.
Really? Wait. In the movie?
No.
No, he's saying when she was in
the voice actress
competition.
in The Mandalorian that does the voice of Mulan. I don't know her name, her
Oh, the
character's
original.
name.
Okay.
Ming Na Wen. Ming Na
Yeah,
Wen,
he says
who
it
plays
well.
Finnick in The Mandalorian. Oh yeah,
Okay, I
the
did not
original
know that.
Mulan, not the new,
Yeah,
the new
the
Mulan.
original-
Right.
Okay, I'm with
The
you.
voice
Yeah.
actress of
Okay,
Mulan.
Ming Na Wen said that in the original Mulan movie.
No, she said it in Mandalorian. I just don't know what character she plays in Mandalorian, so I call her the voice actress of Mulan.
Okay,
I don't
that's
know her
okay. She plays
character's
Finnick, the assassin that Boba Fett saved.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah, Ming Na Wen. Yeah.
That's a hard name.
Don't worry,
And I hope
Geeky.
I'm
I
that
sometimes.
agile at her age too.
Oh yeah, she is.
So she played Chun Li in the original Street Fighter movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme back in 1994.
Oh,
with
yeah.
We
Did
didn't
she?
talk about that movie.
Ming Na
That's
Wen was
right.
Chun
And
Li.
she also played in Marvel.
Yep.
She
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
She was
Agent
Agent
May.
Melinda May. She was
Yep.
everyone's favorite.
May in the
Yep.
TV
Yeah,
show.
she's
Yep.
badass.
She's also been
Yeah,
invited
Ming-
to our channel and ignored us.
Ming Na Wen is a very wonderful, talented actress, and she's done a lot of Chinese movies. She's done a lot of stuff like Jackie Chan over the years, things like that. No, she's great. She's great.
Hey, our member here, Tim Myers, has met her and eaten dinner with her and her husband.
What?
Nice.
Yeah.
Really,
Yep.
Yeah.
very cool.
I'm sure he'll come on later and tell us about it. Yep.
Lucky Tim.
Well, Sid, what else is on your mind, sir?
So see, going back to some of the points like Valiant Renegade brought up, or just the things that you guys talk about on Echo Base Network normally, is that having an area for people to come together with, no matter their different political beliefs and all that, and how they feel about some of the movies. Like, most of us are kind of on that page that there are only 6 Star Wars movies, and maybe Rogue One too. But it's
Rogue One.
like my favorite thing about not my favorite. The only thing I can say that I really truly loved and enjoyed from the Disney sequels was the fact that Han Solo said, "That's not how the Force works."
Yeah.
That line rings in my head through every moment of any of those movies.
Mhm.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
But with all this situation with Gina and how I've been so I was on the Facebook page, or maybe it was Instagram, and I was talking to Nick or something about how I'm the Snellville Mandalorian in my area in Georgia. And all I did was, I put on the Mandalorian suit like a cosplayer, and I just walked up and down the street. And at first it was for fun, but now, so many people are loving it because the show did so well. I started to spread a message with it, like about reconnection. People need to calm down with all the anger. Like, let's get back to civilized discussions. Talk like fair men and women, not care about who you sleep with.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
my cousin and I, we're trying to write a manga right now, but we're in the world building stages, so don't expect anything for another few years. But I'm trying to get my voice acting career started, but this all of this with Star Wars and just thank you. All of this, hypocrisies or controversies or just all of it's been tiring ever since I became of adulthood, like 7.5 years ago. It's just that's the way the world is, or it's a dog eat dog world. Well, why not let's do something to make it better for our children, because we're too old now. It's not about us anymore, it's about the kids.
Yep That's well said, man. That's good. Very wise right there.
Thank you. But that's I don't want to I don't have too much else to say. Hail Echo Base and
you,
all of you guys. It's great to be here and meet all of you, and especially Valiant Renegade. I remember last Saturday's pop-ins. It was hilarious.
Yeah, that was a good time for sure.
Wave.
Hello.
This is the one I woke up the other night when we were screaming after 9 hours of show. I know. Go to bed.
She's probably like, "Oh my God, my dad and his internet
like,
friends."
Oh my God, my dad has a YouTube channel. What the hell?
My daughters are the same way. Only one of them has been in front of camera one time, and they won't do it. Yeah. Well, Sid, thank you for coming on and sharing those thoughts, man. Real quick, before we move on to Matt Cave, I want to hit this. Ted, the old Star Wars nerd, sends a $5 super chat. He says, "All you guys are great. Can't stay tonight. Grogu will save. # we stand with Gina." Ted, we really appreciate your support here at Echo Base Network, my friend, and we really appreciate that super chat. We are You Are Echo Base Network, and this video is for you. I'm trying to get my daughter Bella to come over here so she can say hi to everybody. Come here, Bella, please.
Dude, that video is totally worth the $5 super chat. Everybody in the chat right now, put up $5 for a super chat and get that video again, because I want to see it some more. Click it. Super chat right now.
Hey, I'll play it again, baby. It's ready. All right.
What I got with my super chat earlier, I'm good with that.
There you go. Matt Cave, what's going on, my friend?
Hey guys, how are you?
Good.
Sorry if I'm coming in choppy. Of all times, I have a connectivity issue.
Oh, you're fine.
That's fine.
I love movie collection in the background.
And thanks for becoming a new member today.
Absolutely.
Dude, your channel is awesome, man. Like I said earlier, you guys have like this light in all of this darkness that's been happening with everything Star Wars. And I'm an 80s baby. I grew up with the original trilogy. I grew up with Luke Skywalker, and just seeing it all advance over the years was amazing. And now I pass that on to my children. I mean, they literally beat the hell out of me earlier today with lightsabers, and it's just the most amazing thing on the planet.
Yeah.
But
yeah, well, we appreciate you saying that. It's not us, it's the community. So you're giving us too much credit, and it's making me uncomfortable.
Well, I wanted to see what especially you guys and then the rest of the panel thinks of this, because my wife and I, we're self-proclaimed time travel junkies. Like, we'll watch anything with time travel and absolutely love it. Our friends give us such a hard time about it because we'll watch just the absolute garbage that has time travel in it.
Did you like Van Damme's Time Cop?
That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
I love it.
I love it.
He does the splits on the counter, for God's sakes. I'm like, yeah. I was wondering how many outtakes there was of him falling off that counter. That's what I hope I wanted to see.
I would love to see a blooper reel of that.
Yeah.
All right, Matt Cave, continue.
So we were watching. Well, I was watching. My wife didn't watch it with me. She didn't stick with the animated stuff. But in Rebels, we got time travel.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, being in Star Wars, it never quite sat right with me. Like, I don't know, I love time travel, but I just feel like it doesn't belong in Star Wars. And then we got all the sequel trilogy done and all this backlash that has happened, and now seeing rumors and theories and possibility that time travel is what saves the universe, I think it's pretty funny. It's just like the one thing that rubbed me the wrong way in this whole series. And well, what is that figure he's got up there?
My Jyn Erso character. My daughter just came downstairs and she's like, I don't know much about Star Wars, but I love Rogue One. And I'm like, I love Rogue One. I got a Jyn Erso Funko Pop here.
See, I loved Rogue One because they just out of nowhere threw in this backstory for what happened in between episodes like 3 and 4.
Yeah, I thought it was well done.
It was great. It was awesome. And that's how you make great female characters. Jyn Erso was a fantastic female character. They gave her a good backstory. They gave her challenges. They made her work. The whole story worked. And in 3 movies, they couldn't do that with frickin' Rey.
Because Rey didn't work for anything. Rey was handed everything. She wasn't trained. She didn't learn. She didn't grow. She didn't understand.
That's it.
It was a Barbie doll that had in every Barbie doll.
It defeats the whole principle behind the hero's journey.
Yeah, it's like
she was
how do you
Mary
have
Sue.
a training montage in the final film?
You realize in the first 15 minutes, of Rogue One, they set up Jyn Erso and gave her a bigger backstory than Rey got in 3 frickin' movies.
Yes.
It's ridiculous. In the first 15 minutes of Rogue One, it's like the first 10 minutes of the movie Up from Pixar. That look, and I'm a grown man. I'm 42 years old. I frickin' cried my butt off on the first 10 minutes of that movie. That was that was one of the most beautifully written openings of a film ever. And I have to say, as much love as I have for the original movies, the first 10, 15 minutes of Rogue One was beautiful. That's writing. Yeah. That's how you set up. If you want strong female characters, don't hand me a Mary Sue. Hand me Jackie Brown from Quentin Tarantino. Hand me somebody who's set up that actually has like a full movie to have an arc. And they managed to pull that off in Rogue One, but in 3 movies they couldn't do that with Rey.
They tried to make Rey the Leeloo Dallas of Star Wars, and it doesn't work because Leeloo Dallas, if you're going back to Fifth Element, was the perfect being, but they didn't understand love. Rey didn't
Leeloo
understand
Dallas
the Force.
multipass.
Yeah, but Rey didn't understand the Force. She only heard tidbits, and all of a sudden she could master it, and that's where she falls flat. Her weakness is being too perfect, and there's no such thing as perfection.
Right.
Another thing I will say about
that was the new Mulan.
I didn't watch that either.
I haven't seen it either.
Okay, they threw out the entire original Mulan story, and the whole new Mulan was her challenge. Her obstacle to overcome, right? She had so much chi that she had to conceal it. And her challenge was she had to let her superwoman power out.
I thought it was learning how to do a drop kick.
The original
arrow.
To an arrow.
Exactly. That was part of that too. And that works when it's like Jet Li and Hero, and you have like a traditional Chinese cinematic film that sets up that mythic element. This failed on all levels. The original Mulan was so much more clever because she had to realize that, okay, I can't overpower the men because, biology. So Mulan's original character back in the 90s was brilliant, and it was one of the best characters. It's still one of my most favorite. My wife, we did the theatrical performance. We did a play of Mulan at our music school, and because the original character had to overcome that and be smart, she had to outsmart the guys. That was the whole point of the original Mulan.
The new Mulan, they even got rid of her accomplishment from the original of the Avalanche.
Got rid of the dragon.
Yeah,
and the
she didn't climb up the post. She didn't show how smart she was. She's like all the guys in the new Mulan movie, like they couldn't carry 2 buckets of water up a mountain. They all fell out halfway up. But 90-pound soaking wet Mulan chick carried the water buckets up
Not only
and then she gets to the top and she's like, "Oh, geez, that was hard." I'm like,
see,
yeah,
that's why I brought up that point about.
And all they had to do was copy the original movie. They couldn't even do that.
But they can't remember where were they filming it and how close were they filming it to, and they even thankful in the credits. So no, there's no way they're going to do this. Jackie Chan was probably
the concentrated thinking overnight camp. Concentrate. What was it called?
Camp.
Oh yeah.
The Uyghurs.
That's why I was bringing up that point about like.
No, they do not like the Uyghur tribes in China, and they do not like much else in China that does not look Chinese. And look, what happened last week? What happened when Star Wars pulled out John Boyega out of nowhere for Black History Month, and it was like.
What?
Star Wars is about diversity.
And he said that they're racist to him.
Yeah.
John Boyega said that.
John Boyega.
You don't even have to look at
got
that.
totally hosed by Lucasfilm. Totally hosed by Lucasfilm.
Valiant, you're also forgetting.
And for what
let's
reason?
go back to
China.
the birthdays.
He could have been a fantastic character. They had originally set it up in that first movie for him to be a big character.
Amen.
And turned into shit.
I was so excited. I was so excited to see. Oh my God! You're telling me a stormtrooper defects and finds out that he's a frickin' Jedi? Holy crap! I'm all in, and we were all in for that first JJ because of that. Because of John Boyega pulling that helmet off in the desert, panting, and then like the next thing we see is him on the poster with the lightsaber, and then Rian Johnson showed up.
Oh my God!
Was
that's why I wanted to ask Coach and Nick if it's all right if we have everyone's opinion on like what if they wrote Finn properly, as in he was a descendant of Mace Windu's bloodline.
That would have been fantastic.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah,
I think I like the idea. The only problem with that is there's too many connections and it kind of shrinks the universe. I think it would have been fine if just Finn had been Finn and not had a connection to any famous Jedi.
And that's also a valid point. I mean, I don't think anybody would have the problem. It's not the actors, because I mean Daisy Ridley is a very beautiful young woman and a talented actor. She had shit writers.
I love John. I love Oscar.
You know, these people had the opportunity to take Star Wars in so many different directions. And that's one of the reasons that Cobra Kai is doing so well. They've honored the original material, they've honored the original characters, and they're passing it on to a new generation.
Because
that's all Disney had to do.
Black Dragon, you nailed it. You nailed it. That's just it. There's an honor for the past. And let me tell you what, I joked with Coach earlier. I'm like, he's playing Fallen Order, and I'm watching him today. I'm in my office. So I'm trying to play catch up. I was like 6 days because I've had this sinus infection and I still feel like crap. But, you know, it's like he's playing this thing and I'm thinking to myself, I can't play anything more complicated than Super Nintendo. I mean, like, I'm good between Atari 2600 and Super Nintendo 92. My son, I bring this up because of what you just said. The first video game that I have been, now I still play like RPGs. I love Final Fantasy. I'm a Final Fantasy freak, and I've been that way since 1987. The first game
right there with
that I have gotten, the first game I have gotten into, like hardcore, was when Tom over at Midnight's Edge started live streaming Cobra Kai. And if you have not played this game, this is beautiful.
There is a game.
Gorgeous.
Yeah,
there's a Cobra Kai game. You can get it on PC. You can get it on Xbox and PS4. It is an old school 1990s side-scrolling arcade game.
Like Kung Fu.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yes.
I have to interject.
And I'm gonna tell you what.
No, I have to interject. I'm going to interject. It is horrible.
My 9-year-old
same guys who did G.I. Joe.
I know, but it's fun. I'm sorry. I love it.
It looks awesome. It's
my 9. Look, let me tell you something. My 9-year-old son and I love this game. We have been playing it together. We have spent so much time. We have never played a video game together this much. Like, he loves Roblox and all that kind of stuff online.
Oh dear.
Cobra Kai, like,
my kid does too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like we'll play Roblox, but we play Cobra Kai. I mean, that is a fun. It is an old school nostalgia game, and it's built well for what it's supposed to do, and just bring back that side scrolling arcade action, and it's just fun. It's just fun.
And my apologies, I didn't mean to ruin the fun. I just
that's okay.
No.
I know when trampling
Steven, it's cool.
fun.
It's totally cool.
I
It's
can
totally cool.
apologize when I think it's overstepped.
All right.
But
I'm going to hit these two
what
super
I-
chats and we're
oh,
going to move
sorry.
on, guys. Hey, that's okay. Mermaid ASMR sends another $5. You lovely people, I really enjoyed the show today. I need to go to work now. I guess she's a kindergarten teacher. Much love from Germany. The force is with you. Thank you so much, Mermaid ASMR, for
She
your
looks like a kindergarten teacher.
your support and everything. We really appreciate it. And then Rockers Los Angeles sends a $5 super chat. Kennedy's biggest mistake was her assuming the fans would blindly buy into the sequel trilogy, Hell Echo Base. And I agree with that. They thought that they had a money making machine, and it's not what it could have been. They could have made
they did for the first
tenfold.
movie.
Yep, they could have made 10 times what they made. So thank you guys so much for sending those super chats. Mermaid and Rockers, we greatly appreciate it. You are Echo Base Network, and this video is for you. All right, guys, we're going to have to move on. Matt Cave, I'm going to let you finish what you wanted to say, and we're going to go to Steven, and guys, we're going to go into our next panel.
No, I'm all good.
Okay.
You guys can definitely move on. I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah,
Our
thanks for
pleasure,
being here, man.
Our pleasure. Thank you so much. All right, Fat Steven, what's going on?
Such apprehension. Thank you.
Hey, is there any way you can
guys hear
turn
me
up your
okay?
mic volume a little bit, Steven?
Yeah. I didn't know if it was blasting. Hold on a
Yeah,
second.
you're good. You're good right now.
Am I good right now? Do you want it up like
Oh,
this?
yeah.
Is this better?
That's fine.
Okay.
Maybe my volume's just down.
Well, you did send the YouTube link instead of the StreamYard link, so it could be just
Yeah.
Oh God.
True.
The first of all, let's go with the first words. It's not going to be like, I'm Palpatine. That's going to be the first Grogu word. Or, where's the beef?
I am the Senate.
Where's the beef?
but the way Star Wars has been running, and we're going back to that Tate conversation we kind of had earlier, like, I don't think my childhood's destroyed, but it's been definitely scarred. And I do use the word destroyed a lot because it feels like that. I have no hope in it. I still have the OG trilogy. But when people want to share Star Wars now, it's not worth it because it is destroyed. It's destroyed for getting the message across of what our heroes were, what the hero struggle was, and what it was to have an escapism to actually relate to a hero, whether it be a farm boy, a Jedi, a Sith, a weird gremlin that hovers in a ball. It doesn't matter. That it's hard to show the younger generation this kind of escapism because they make it a lecture. That's where I was going with that. And it's damaging because they're damaging other property now. But Book of Boba, I don't have much faith in because I have to wait and see. The thing with the Gina is Gina tried to compare the whole using society as your arm to get your stuff accomplished, and these took it in the wrong way. Gina will not go back to Disney. I'm surprised Carl Weathers is still there. They couldn't even remember his birthday. Same with Earl Jones. They couldn't remember his birthday. They have a serious internal problem when it comes to keeping their personal life at the door. They don't do it anymore. They bring everything in. They bring these people in that demand.
Agreed.
There must be a lot of skeletons in the closet. A lot of people are getting handed these properties, and guess what? If they don't believe they can do something bad, it must be the fans' fault. It's been a constant routine of blame. When people come to your channel, I'm not trying to give you a compliment because Coach hates compliments because he starts going to stop doing that. So I'm not going to. I'm going to start with y'all suck. I'm going to start with y'all suck.
Yeah, we didn't hear some of that.
But you got to look at the whole thing that you have people waiting in the back. They've been waiting for about an hour or so. You have people on here, you have people in your chat who want to talk to you, want to listen to you because you're welcoming enough to give an unbiased view and still provide the joy of what Star Wars is, was, and could be. Disney doesn't want that. Disney doesn't storytell. Disney has forgotten how to storytell. Look at their animation. Look at the fact that they're censoring their older cartoons. If Walt was around right now, all their heads would be in a freezer somewhere underneath the castle. That's how it is. It's not.
Amen. They might be taking the Walt statues down soon.
The thing is, you have it bad when Robot Chicken is a better Star Wars than all of Disney Star Wars.
You're right.
Yes.
And I don't think anyone should give up. But at the same time, I don't think you should ignore Twitter because that just means they can grow and fester. You have to watch what they're doing, understand what they're doing. Don't fight them with anger, fight them with logic. Because logic, when it wins, they block you. Because they don't understand how to listen to another point of view. We have gone to a point now where, let's go back 20 years. We could have different political views and still be friends and neighbors, right?
Mm-hmm.
It didn't matter. Now, if you don't do it, you need to be put on a list, put on a boat, and blowed up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that in my Welcome to Life segment when I was born. That wasn't part of the card. I think we've got a good community here, but they're afraid of that community because they're all hive mind, but they're a lemming hive mind. They all follow the one in the lead. They don't know where they're going. We know where we're going, where we are, where we've been, and we don't kneel, we don't falter. That's why they come at us with ism, obics, and ists, because they think it's going to be a powerful insult to make us shut up. They have taken what those words used to mean and how harsh those words were, and they've made it into a paper napkin. It doesn't mean anymore except to wipe your ass and move on.
Hey, Fat Steven.
Great analogy. Great analogy, Steven.
I don't want to cut you off at all, but is it all right if I add on to what you're saying?
Sure, $50.
See, I really like this. I agree with like what he's been saying, and that how it's so different now that word doesn't, like how in Hollywood it was, everybody knows each other's neighbors, or even just back in the day, the word got around in your neighborhood. But now word can travel from across each end of the globe overnight. Mm-hmm. So, and it's like the big industries weren't prepared for that, for people to have knowledge so quickly of good or bad things. But that's all I was going to say.
I agree. Let's take it from the pretenses of the news. Disney is literally the mostly peaceful trope, also known as the joke. They're mostly peaceful, but they're not actually mostly peaceful, right? Are they? They don't defend the people that are getting attacked. They don't acknowledge it. But the people that actually have had logical proof against them, like their authors and stuff, they stand behind them. So they don't know what it is to have fans and what it is to have fans' money, because fans' wallets are now closed. Just as our hearts are not closing to Star Wars, it is closing to new Star Wars, because new Star Wars, Star Wars, it's like going to Birds of Prey and wondering why I'm getting yelled at about misogyny for 2 hours. We're tired of it. We are tired of it. And I think the more channels we have like this, whether it's FNT, Coach, and Nick and his YouTube links, we're going to go places. So you guys deserve the respect. You deserve the nod of the head, and you don't kneel, but you talk in this nice Fred Penner voice that makes me want to go to sleep. And I've been yawning because it's so calming and welcoming. I hope we can cuddle later. I'll even quote Steven Seagal movies for you.
$50 super chat.
This is a place to escape.
I'll give you 5 minutes.
Fat Steven Seagal, I gotta tell you, Midnight's Edge is in the chat and he's having a little fun.
Is he calling me Little Bitch Incorporated again?
I don't know.
I love Tom. He brought me up yesterday. Oh, I'm so glad you graduated from co-host to Little Bitch Incorporated. I'm like, thank you very much, Tom. So I've been using that joke for the last 2 days. If honestly, Tom is a great guy. Gary's a great guy. Heel is a great guy, because they all give different perspectives, but they all give the same perspective. We are not the enemy because you tell us we're the enemy. We are free thought. We are free soul. We are free choice, because we are individuals. These guys aren't individuals because they don't understand what individuality is, because all they believe is the false narrative that they told them. I refuse to be that person. I have not lost too much to have someone tell me I should lose more because they think I should.
Yeah, I love it.
Amen, brother. Amen, brother.
That's a mic drop right there.
Yep.
I'm going to get this recorded.
Hit it, Steven. Hit it.
Yeah, because everyone expects the humor. So when I talk normally, it's kind of weird, especially when you have the app.
It's a good mixture. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, brother, thank you. Oh my gosh.
For the topless comments.
Well, look, you get with Nick and figure out when. Get us scheduled.
I already got it. I already responded
Okay.
to him in the,
All right,
in the private chat and everything.
Good.
And he plays Destiny 2. So I might have somebody to actually play that game since Coach won't play with me on that.
No, I'm not.
that game.
I'm not playing with you. Guaranteed.
I mean, hey, Coach and Nick, are you gonna get on Midnight's Edge someday? In the future?
We're actually going to be on there tomorrow afternoon.
Tomorrow at 11 Central Time. We'll be there.
Yep.
We'll be there.
Because I'm trying to get on with them too, and maybe Jeremy someday, way later in the future.
Yeah. We are
Say
really
hi to
excited.
Mecca Random if she's in there.
Oh yeah, it's Mecca's birthday. It's Mecca's birthday today.
Yeah, Mecca's birthday's today.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, guys, this was a great panel.
There you go,
Absolutely fantastic. Thank y'all for coming in. We're going to go ahead and pop you guys out and bring our next panel in. Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here, guys.
Nice meeting everybody.
Absolutely,
Have a great
Black Dragon.
night, Coach and Nick. God bless you guys. Thanks for having us as always, and we love the work you do.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Thank you.
Can I
Thank
ask
you,
you one
guys.
We are your Echo Base Network.
That's right.
Yep.
All day.
Can you blow me
God
up
bless.
quickly for Tom, please? Because I want to tell him I stole his avatar.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's
Hold
you.
up. Oh, that's me. That's me. Hold up.
That's still you. Hi, Tom. Remember this avatar?
Oh God!
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's it. Thank you.
Our pleasure.
The last thing I'm going to say, if you guys are watching right now on the show and you have not hit that like button yet, now Coach and Nick have given me a great honor of making me a wrench on this channel. And I need you to smack that like button right now. Share it.
You gave
and
him a
make
wrench
sure you let everybody
on the sub.
know. We need everybody to come here and support Echo Base Network because what these guys are doing is amazing. You're not going to find another channel out there that lets you guys come on here and voice your opinion. This is fantastic. It is unique, and we need more of this. We need more Nick and Coach. God bless you guys.
Oh, my
Thank you,
gosh.
gentlemen. And
Thanks for
have
the kind
a
words,
wonderful
man.
night.
Oh,
God bless.
smack it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh, no. That's Bill
Adios.
DeVoe. See you guys.
See you guys.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
See you, Geeky.
Yep.
See you, Fat Steven Seagal.
We'll talk to you soon, guys.
Bye.
Alrighty.
All right.
Right.
There's the
All right,
exit
so
button.
we are bringing in Steve Foley, Father Jacob, Dave Bob, and Jarrett. Hey, gentlemen.
How you doing?
How's it going, guys?
Doing good.
Hello.
We're getting some
Hello.
feedback.
Hail,
from
Dave Bob.
There we go. Whoop, hold up. We're getting some feedback from somewhere.
I'm not hearing anything.
It's a real high-pitched sound.
Ooh, there it is.
Do y'all hear it?
Is that Dave
It's Dumb
Bob?
and Dumber. Most annoying sound in the world.
I don't hear it at all.
I hear it as
it's
well.
not Dave Bob. It's Steve Foley.
That's me?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Steve. I'm just going to mute you until you're ready to talk. Actually, you know what, Steve? We'll just start with you. You just tell us what's on your mind, sir.
No, I was just I came from Rob's feed, and I like what you guys are doing, and kind of jumped on here.
Well, I appreciate that, man. This is all Nick's brainchild. I just kind of do what he tells me.
That's not what a coach does.
Yep. So what's on your mind, Steve? What's was there anything you wanted to comment on, or ask us about, or talk about?
No, I liked what we were talking about with Gina. It like I said, I think what she was trying to say was it was a warning.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think a lot of people don't understand that's all she was trying to say. you know. And then you try to, and they cancel. I hate the cancel culture stuff, but
yeah,
I was like, man, all she was trying to say is, this is a warning. Do not do this. Don't go down this path.
Repeat history.
If you go down this path, it's just going to be wrong. And
yeah,
I think a lot of people were like, I think a lot of people just they love to pile on, you know, just and just beat the hell out of her. I was like,
right,
man, this is a warning. You should listen and step back and listen to what she's saying.
You know, Steve, I've heard a lot of people say in the last week or two that, you know, she never should have mentioned the Holocaust. I'm a history teacher. I've been in public education for nearly 20 years. Mm-hmm. It's hard for me to say you shouldn't mention something that happened historically. That's what I do for a living. So I can't go there, but I can say when you do bring up the Holocaust, some people are going to misconstrue what you say, and you just have to be ready for that.
I get that, but I think as a teacher, you should know that what she was talking about, and if you read the words and not whatever somebody
interpretation.
Interpretations of the words.
Mm-hmm.
If you look, the words are very simple. This is what it is, and I think as a teacher, you should understand that. And,
absolutely.
And dude, what? It's really hard because the fact that she was saying one thing and then everybody says it's another thing, I don't even know how to separate it, but it's totally separate.
Unfortunately, that crap happens all the time.
All the time. And it's a separation. Like, this doesn't matter anymore because I'm going to make it this. You know, I'm gonna interpret it this way. And oh my gosh, dude, it's such a. I don't understand how I don't know how we're gonna get past this. You know what I mean?
Time.
Maybe time. Hopefully time. But how do we get past it? Because if we can't acknowledge that we're not even in the same reality, like if this is reality and this is reality and it's so far apart, how do we move forward from that? You know,
there's so many people out there that don't know history and are clueless of what she is referring to. They're just automatically like, oh, they're talking about Jews. It's automatically she's talking about the Holocaust.
And that's not no, she wasn't even close to saying that.
Yeah, she was talking about the buildup on how it got to that point. You know, right? Because a lot of people with low IQs don't get that.
If it happens here, we can get to here. If we're gonna, you know, it was a cautionary tale. We can't go this far. This is where it starts, right?
The sentiment that she tweeted here is so it's complex, and I will admit to you guys that I probably had to read it 6 or 7 times because I wanted to make sure I really absorbed what she was saying. This is not the kind of comment.
It's a cautionary tale.
Yeah, but this is not the kind of thing that the normal person can read one time and be like, yep,
Coach,
got it.
But Coach, what does that mean, Coach?
It's just an intellectual comment is all it is. And it's bright.
Okay, yeah. It's okay.
And we got a lot of unbright people out there.
Yeah.
that can't handle, intellectual comments such as that one.
Yeah, it's like we study in school. We call it DOK. It stands for depth of knowledge. This would be a DOK level 3 or 4 comment, which is really higher order thinking. It's not. It's not vocabulary. It's not picture book. This is something you really got to dig into and piece it out and figure it out. And it's good. I love doing that. You got to be analytical to get there.
So when I was when I made, somebody told me a long time ago, if you're going to write to an 8th grade level, right? So people can understand. So is that what we're talking about? Just this. I mean, I'm not talking about lower. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You just write down.
Yeah, I know what
they
you're
can
talking.
Understand. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about there, and I can speak on that a little bit because in my career in IT, a lot of people, especially when I first got into IT support and working with companies and working with end users and all that sort of stuff, a lot of people didn't know that. So I literally had to talk to them, like they knew nothing because they did know nothing. So I didn't use big words or terminology that they wouldn't understand. I really had to talk like if I was talking to a child, when I would, help these people with their issues or problems or whatever. And so, yeah, I think there's a little bit of relation there as far as having these kind of conversations with people that don't understand and don't get it. You almost have to dumb it down to non-intellectual speak, such as the comment she made, which was an intellectual comment, so that maybe the people that don't really understand or get it can maybe hopefully understand and get it.
Let me jump back in here to what you're saying, Nick, too, because there's a group of people who sit there on their Twitter and they wait for anything Gina Carano posts.
Oh yeah.
And whenever she makes her post, they're jumping in and they're throwing hate at her immediately. These are the people, they're triggered by the words. They're actually not triggered. They're just deliberately using the words Jews, Holocaust, anything that they can to throw hate in her direction. They'll misconstrue, misinterpret, change whatever she says, whatever. And they're reliant upon people like us taking their narrative and not digging into it ourselves and just taking what they say and rolling with it. And that's very dangerous. That's very dangerous.
It is dangerous. And you know what? I thank you guys for having this forum so we can actually have this conversation because it matters. It matters.
Yeah, absolutely, Steve. Well, thank you for coming in, Steve. Those are great thoughts, man. Absolutely.
Yep.
Hey, I'm gonna mute you, Steve, but you don't have to run off, man. All right, Jarrett, what's going on, bro?
Hello.
Hey there.
Sorry, I was just gathering my sources.
It's okay. Do you want me to come back to you?
Yeah. Give me a couple minutes.
All right. Hey, one of the best students I ever had in class right here, folks. All right, Dave Bob, what's up, my friend?
Not a whole lot. Just decided to pop on here.
It's always good to have you on here, Dave Bob.
Yes, it is.
Thank you. Look, I'm a Southern boy. I may not talk like I have a whole lot of intelligence, but
me and Coach understand where you're coming from.
You have wisdom, sir, and that's way more valuable than intelligence.
Yeah.
But honestly, what's going on nowadays is everybody is trying to be politically correct.
Yeah.
And I've never been politically correct, and I'm not even going to try to be.
Same here.
I was born in 1957. I grew up in a nation that was proud of their heritage. White people didn't have to hide behind anything. Black people were just as good as anyone even in the South where I grew up, I had friends that were black. I had friends that were Latino. I had friends that were Jewish. I didn't denigrate any of them. They were my friends.
That's right.
I don't know why everybody needs to have labels for everything.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
We're human. Everybody is human. I don't know what else to say. Get over it.
Yeah.
We need to just be inclusive of everybody.
Yeah.
I'm 19 and I agree.
Yeah.
Well, everybody takes everything so literally now, Dave Bob. That's the thing. You know, you know, everybody's like taking college prep courses in high school and all this stuff. So they think they're smart. They think they're smart. But yet, you know, at the same time, they don't have any common sense. And, you know, like you were saying, you know, back in the day, everybody just wanted to be, you know, a person. I mean, you know, it was obvious, you know, if you were, you know, if you were a redneck white boy, you know, it was obvious. You know, if you were a black guy, it was obvious. You know, it's, you know, it wasn't, oh, well, you know, we need to see him for this and we need to see her for that, you know. But somewhere between then and now, you know, it has become, you know, you need to see me for this or you need to see me for that, or else you're an ist, a phobe, and a bigot and everything else. You know, and just despite the college smartness of people today, you know, they can't look at a tweet of a lady being chased down the street by some brown shirts, you know, and they get all upset because they think that she's comparing herself to a whole entire group of people, you know, that were rounded up, thrown into trains, taken to camps, and then thrown into like chemical showers and ovens. Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
well, I'm just going to interrupt you right here. My wife is Jewish. I'm a Protestant. She's Jewish. She has relatives that were actually in concentration camps in Germany, and they're no longer around. But that's not to say anything that's here or there. I'm just trying to make a point. We're all humans. We're all people, right. Black, white, whatever. It doesn't freaking matter.
Right. But yet the people that think that they're smart and think that they have the moral high ground are totally on board when people like AOC say we need to make lists and put people in re-education camps because they didn't vote for the person that, you know, I voted for. They didn't vote for me or my party, you know?
I mean, I believe you're talking about extremes here.
Yeah, that's
like a very small
You're talking
of
about
people.
stuff that you're talking about people that are out on the fringes.
But it was still said. And there's still people out there that are agreeing with that.
I am a moderate. Yeah. I don't go left. I don't go right. Look, but I'm going to throw it out there. I have an IQ measure in high school of 142. I may be a dumbass Southern boy. I was offered a membership in Mensa. I turned it down because I don't believe in that bullshit. Intelligence has nothing to do with education.
Good point.
Well, I mean, if you're like up for, say, like a scholarship that is merit based, fine, you know. But you know, other than that, I mean, because I mean, I don't know whatever that was you were referring to. maybe they didn't have that in my school. I don't know, but I don't know. It's just. But it is the fact that it's, you know, it's those kind of people that are going, you know, after Gina Carano on Twitter and, you know, everything else.
I love Gina Carano. She is a very special individual. She is beautiful. She is intelligent, and she has an opinion that some people don't agree with, but that is no reason to cancel anybody. And nobody should be canceled ever.
Right. And here's the thing. I mean, and you know, and forgive me for plugging my boy's channel, but Drunk 3PO did like a 3 or 4 hour interview. With Gina.
I saw it. Everybody,
you know,
saw
and
that.
he broke him. You know, he broke it up into, you know, several videos. But again, you know, these people that are attacking her aren't watching videos like that. And they, you know, because if you watch those videos, you'll see how much of a, you know, a down to earth, you know, chill, you know, for lack of a better term, chill person Gina is, you know.
Nobody's
they, you know,
talking about
they wouldn't be saying
anything
this
against
stuff.
Nobody's talking anything against Gina. I love Gina Carano. I would love to see her continue on as the Marshals or whatever in Star Wars. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. I'm just saying that people need to just stop being ists and calling everybody ists and phobes and just chill.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir though, Dave Bob. You're preaching to the choir right now.
But you're trying to make enemies by saying that. I mean, if we just all be friends, you know, not try and target anybody, you know, you're saying that the only people who disagree with the firing of Gina Carano are intelligent extremist left wings, which that could be true. And it probably is true, but
it pretty much is.
Targeting them and insulting them really isn't helping that much.
Who's targeting them?
I mean,
I'm not targeting them. I'm calling them out. If they're listening, I'm calling them out, but I'm not targeting them.
And one other thing is, you know, you're not ever going to get rid of all the stupid people in this world. You're never going to get rid of all the murderers. You're never going to get rid of all the, you know, haters and you know, criminals and like that is always going to be in this world. You know, you definitely got to recognize it. You definitely have to talk against it and try to shine a light on it so that maybe people will see the path that leads down, and maybe other people coming up in the world won't go down that path. But unfortunately, those kind of people are always going to be around. There's always going to be those people that are calling people ists and isms and phobes, and they're never going away, ever. So, for me as a person in my mind, like none of that stuff that they do and say bothers me. I don't get triggered by it. I'm just like, what an idiot. And I pretty much move on. You know, I don't in my mind dwell on that stuff that they say and all that sort of stuff. And I think Gina's the same way, and she gets a crap ton of it. I mean, she gets bombarded by it, you know, all the time. Me and Coach might get a random comment, from one of those weirdos every once in a while, but
and it's never like racist or anything. They'll say that I look like a gamer chipmunk or something.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm like, well, you got me
storing acorns in his cheeks for the winter.
having
well, I sound like a redneck Southern boy, but hell, yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Having been on a college campus as a student, as recently as last summer, you're right, Nick. They're not going anywhere because they're being educated yearly, and high school and college, with this kind of mentality. I've the amount of stuff in just about every class except for maybe math class that I was in, the stuff that I would have to study or do a paper on or whatever just boggled my mind. It's like, how are they teaching people this stuff? It's I mean, it's a lot of it is outright propaganda, and it's and not to make anything racial, but I can't really help it because that's kind of what they're doing. Is it's almost like everybody, meaning what's the term these days, POCs, POCs against the Caucasian people, right? And that's what we're dealing with here,
Not going there.
I mean, I gotta say, I'm in college right now, and I haven't experienced a whole lot of any political talk going on in any class. And honestly, I had more of that in high school, and I really think that just depends on where you live. I mean, if you live in a more conservative area, you're going to have politically biased teachers who are leaning towards conservatism. And if you live in the north or the west, like California, you're going to have liberal teachers that support liberal ideas.
I'm currently in Western Washington, about an hour away from Seattle. So
I got you. See, that makes sense.
Yeah, you probably see it all over the place up there.
And guys, if it weren't for my kids, I wouldn't be up here. I'd either be in Texas or Florida, where I belong. But
well, guys, good conversation and good thoughts.
So I didn't mean to take over, but
it's okay.
That's fine.
Jarrett, what's on Jarrett's mind?
Okay, so about the Gina Carano thing. I said in the last stream that I didn't think there was a whole lot of connection between Gina Carano getting fired and Catherine Kennedy's statements on it. And I feel like it's getting politicized because of the media. Like they're choosing to take out cuts of what she said and put it in there about like it being abhorrent and terrible. And that's the reason she fired her. But in all actuality, like the statement says, 1 second. Yeah, it says nevertheless, like she's not part of us right now. Nevertheless, that stuff is very terrible, blah blah blah. Which I don't agree that it's terrible. Clearly isn't a reason for her to get fired.
Right.
Yeah, that. But a lot of people are just saying, cutting out her social media posts, denigrating people based on their cultural and religious beliefs and everything like that. They're just putting that out there, saying that that's the reason she got fired. And it could not be. Like, there's no real statement on why she got fired. People lose their jobs all the time. Like, she's probably not the first person to get fired from the Mandalorian cast. So, but that was the only thing. Also, Nick, why don't you want to play Valheim? All right.
I bet Nick stepped away. Okay.
No, say that again real quick.
Well, why don't you want to play Valheim? The Vikings.
I'm just not into those games where you're like gathering resources and building.
I got you.
And I'm just not into that stuff. Like I like Destiny, Final Fantasy VII, or Diablo.
All right, Jarrett, can I answer the question? Because Nick's the kind of guy that's going to read this one time and make a judgment.
Isn't Valheim where Disneyland is? Is that?
I have no clue.
Never mind.
That's Anaheim.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, got it.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm glad somebody caught that.
Yeah. Sorry.
I was sitting there thinking, is that actual city in the U.S.?
Yeah, I'm like, I just,
But I get it. Yeah, Anaheim. Yeah.
Y'all taken my brain to such new levels. I'm fatigued. It's good.
See, Coach, I'm cultured. I can be serious and then make a dad joke.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Jarrett, anything else going on?
No, that's about it.
Well, those are good points, man. Those are good points, and I remember just real quick for you. I went to Auburn, and I had no idea. I didn't realize at the time that I was being indoctrinated with the history professors at Auburn, and it's at all of the most major universities in America today, especially in education and in the history departments. They're giving you one perspective, and I had no idea what they were doing to me. I couldn't see it until I got out, and then once I got out and started teaching, and I got away from all of that, because I was very left-leaning at the time, and then by the time I was 24, 25, I was back to my roots and what I believed, but it took me a while, and it was crazy. I actually talked to my dad about it. I'll never forget a conversation we had. I did not realize the influence and impact that they were having on me, and so just be careful, and always make sure you see both sides, and then you make your decision.
Coach,
yes,
and
sir.
I will say, part of my perspective on the not, teachers not enforcing politics so much might be influenced by the fact that all of school is pretty much online right now exclusively. Specifically, everything I'm doing for college is online. Right. So there's not much opportunity for them to try and influence me anyways.
Absolutely.
Hey Coach.
Sir.
When did you understand that was happening? When did you realize?
It wasn't until after I got out. So actually, my senior year in college, my older sister started adding me to these email threads, and they were having a lot of political discussions, her and all of her friends. And I don't know why, but my sister decided to start adding me to these threads. And I'm sitting there reading something about the Marshall Plan and about stopping the spread of communism and all these things.
The Marshall Plan, bro.
Yeah, and she included me in this, and I made a response that was totally opposite. My sister is very conservative, and and it was based on the things that I had been reading in college. And I never even knew the other perspective. I got the one perspective, and that was the truth. And anyways, my sister, I could tell in her reaction, she wasn't going to come out and say, come on, little brother, see this other side right here. She loved me, and she just kind of shrugged it off. Her people came back at me pretty hard in the email threads, and that's when I first got an inclination, maybe I don't have all this figured out. And when I got out of college and got away from school and started teaching myself, I started to trickle back. And then I started listening, it just so happened I listened to Bill O'Reilly, and I really started getting into that, and Fox News at the time, and what actually got me was I loved the show. It was Hannity and Combs. You had Hannity, and then you had Combs, two polar opposites. I loved that show, and the more I watched it, the more I realized I agree with Hannity. And when I first started watching it, I was on Colm's side of things. But the more he started talking, and this is why I think what I think, I was like, yeah, and I shifted. But thank you for asking that, Steve.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna hit our last two guests here in the pop-ins, Father Jacob, and then Rogue Reaction Base guys, and we're gonna move on to finishing off our super chats. I'm gonna end the stream, but then we're gonna come back and we're gonna do some gaming. So, Father Jacob.
Hey,
brother.
Mardi Gras, everyone. Or I guess now it's Ash Wednesday.
yeah, that's right.
Thanks for having me on. It's good to be. I guess this is my second time, so I guess it's good to be back. Thank you just for having this platform and this opportunity to talk not just about Star Wars, but like interconnected issues, what's going on in our country. And, I think this whole thing with Gina Carano has just kind of shown not only issues going on in our society, but also how embedded Star Wars is in our culture and how important it is to so many.
Uh-oh. I think he froze.
Sub-Zero wins.
It is so embedded in our culture, and it really matters. It really does.
Man, we've lost him. Well, guys, let's go ahead and jump down to Rogue Reaction Base, and we'll come back to Father Jacob to finish if we get him back. Rogue, are you there? Rogue Reaction. We need you to don't watch it on YouTube and watch it in the StreamYard. You're going to be 30 seconds behind us. Alvin, Simon, Theodore. Hey, Rogue, can you hear us, bud?
Perfect.
Hello.
Can you guys hear me at all?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Yep.
I cannot hear you anymore, which is fine. I'll figure that out in a second.
Oh, no.
So I've definitely learned that from Owen's back. You can tell.
Yeah, we'll come back to you, Father Jacob. We're
no
gonna
problem.
Go, yep. Yes, sir. Go ahead, Rogue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. Got it. Oh. Okay, so little small thing. I grew up in a small town, public schooling, and the Catholic church was right next door. And they had a huge hand in our way of running the school, which is weird from separation of church and state. So taking it from a concept of Halloween, we'd be able to dress up. Well, the church said, no, that's demonic. You can't do that. So our principal shut down. Now the kids uprised against it and decided to do it anyways. And they sat there through liberal arts and talking through school that, hey, this is not the way to do it. This is a public school. You have no say. And we won, and we were able to kind of push the priest out of the public school and his thoughts and ideas, because it's a public opinion. Public schools, they should not be run by the Catholic Church. It's not why I'm here. What I'm here for is the fact that Disney itself is its own enterprise, and so is Lucasfilms. Well, now they get owned by Disney. However, they have such legal contracts with their employees. I have friends that work for them, and they can't say anything negative online. They can't bash anybody online. They can't do a lot of things because of these contracts. And if they get found out that they do it, they're terminated immediately. They don't get any say. They don't get any sort of explanation. They're just like, here you go. This is what you said. We don't agree with you. Sorry, goodbye. Watching this whole thing happening with Gina, I'm saddened because she is one of my favorite characters in The Mandalorian. She was absolutely someone who I aspired to look up to, a strong female character. That's absolutely amazing. Is it sad to see her go? Yes. I don't think that this was a hastened decision by Disney. And I think Gina also saw it coming. Because you're telling me within 24 hours, she now just randomly picked up a whole new job, just like that. I I think something came out beforehand. She must have just been like, you know what? How far can I go? I think she has a very strong personality. I think she has the right to post all these things. I'm gay. I don't sit there and profess it to the whole entire world. I don't sit there and put it on my header. I don't sit there on Twitter and put it in my banner account. I just don't care. People don't need to know. That's my decision at the end of the day. So for people to tell me, hey, look, you need to put this up there, or you need to do that. I'm sorry. Who are you? Who are you to me? I am for myself, and I live for myself. And I'm proud that Gina is able to do that. And I'm proud that she's taken that step. I don't think it's going to hurt her career, and I think she's going to push through it, and I think she's going to become an amazing actress, and even better if she does direct or produce anything that's supposedly in the works. I think I'm all for it. And I don't know. I subscribe to Disney Plus. Am I going to cancel my subscription? I mean, I love Disney. I've been to Disney World 13 times. I'm going in March. Like, do I really want to support Disney through all this? No, but it's my childhood. It's my memories. And I still love Disney. I'm not going to stop not loving Disney. I might disagree with some of their views. But at the end of the day, I can disagree with anybody's views here. And as long as we respect each other, I'll be more than happy to go out and have a drink or go to a restaurant and dine in. And if you don't like my opinion, then that's okay. We'll move our separate ways. Let bygones be bygones. That's all it is, in my opinion. At least. I support Gina through this whole thing.
I like it. And I agree with pretty much everything you said. Yeah. And I think Gina's in a better place.
Hey, Coach, there's a lot of bullying. I think Disney bullied her.
I agree with that too.
Yeah. Oh no, but they're against bullying because they said so.
Yeah, and that's where the hypocrisy comes into play.
And that's, if I might touch on that really quick too, I think that if they want to sit there and attack your personal account, I think that they need to rethink how you sign that contract. If you want to run a social account and they want to sit there and nitpick at what you post, then they should make your account private and give you a Disney account, which is monitored by their PR.
So maybe there should be a social media contract when you, right?
I mean, I don't think we have to worry, because if there was wrongful termination in any way and she can sue them, then do it.
I'm not looking backwards. I'm like forward.
I got you.
Maybe there should be a social media contract. Like, you can't do this, and this.
I would guarantee you that that's part of their contract already.
Yeah. Okay.
When you're a public figure like that,
I think that makes more sense than anything, because if you're, let's not make it so you can get in trouble.
Yeah.
Here's the icing on the cake. She found out about her, not being employed, or not going to be, no future plans of being employed by Disney, right? She found that out the way we did on social media. They didn't call her, nothing. She found out the way we did, and her freaking talent agency dropped her, and like they just left her out of the loop, and I mean, and it's her career,
let me ask y'all a question about that, because I've never worked in Hollywood. I don't know anything about it. Come on, guys. I teach 8th grade world history. But does Disney have to let her know that she's not going to be back on The Mandalorian, or is that the job of her agency?
No, Disney can. It's an at-will state, so they can fire her for any reason, and that's fine. I never thought that this whole thing was a Disney problem.
Right.
It was more of like, you have other people or other artists doing the same thing, Pedro Pascal, right? Mm-hmm. You're doing the same thing. So you have to be, if you're not going to be consistent, that's a problem for me. That's the problem. And I think you should be consistent.
Right.
You know, and that's why I'm saying maybe there should be a social media platform or a social media, I don't know what to call it. But, you know, so if you're going to be employed by Disney, you should have a social media contract, right?
I understand what you're saying, and that's definitely would be great in a utopian society in a perfect world.
No, I know.
There's never going to be that level of consistency. We're never going to be treated equally.
And it's not even ever. It's not even just Pedro making, you know, or putting up comparable tweets. They had that what's her first name? Christina Ariel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, well, first they had Justine Ireland going, you know, white dudes, you know, my book ain't for you, don't buy it or whatever. Right. And then they had Miss Ariel say that all white people are racist.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. And they stand with her against bullying, but yet they let all these other people bully Gina just because, you know, she wasn't, you know, on their bandwagon.
Or you got Pablo Hidalgo. Look at him. He's a prime example.
Yeah.
And that's where the bias comes in and the hypocrisy.
Yeah.
And we talked a lot about that on our stream Saturday night. We went into a lot of detail on that.
Well,
but
Pablo,
what do y'all think about this? Let me just throw this out there. If I were to say that cancel culture is a leftist movement, and when Pedro Pascal and Christina Ariel and Justina Ireland and all those people, when they do the things that they do, the other side, people like, let's just call it what it is, the right, they don't go and demand their heads. They don't go and demand their jobs. We voice our displeasure. We're not going to support Disney. We're not going to support Kathleen Kennedy's LucasArts or Lucasfilm and all that. But when Gina Carano makes a statement, again, cancel culture is a leftist movement. And I personally am of the impression that the people at Disney got tired of hearing it. Every time she makes a tweet that could be deemed controversial, whether it is or not, the people who are out to get her make this big uproar, make this big to-do about it, and eventually, the people who signed the checks got tired of hearing it, and they took the path of least resistance, and they let her go.
Yeah. And absolutely. The sad thing is, Coach, is that percentage of people that they're pandering to, by little or none of any of their merchandise. They're not spending hardly any money, if any at all. They're not, you know, any money on Disney. They're just out there to, you know, quote unquote, cancel people. That's it. So it's, you know, they're totally pandering. They're totally pandering to the totally wrong crowd. And I just want to say real quick, I appreciate you having a man of the cloth on the panel.
Absolutely.
Because it's making me throttle my my sailor tongue.
Just remember, Peter and Andrew were fishermen. So,
well, Father Jacob, believe me, I can truly, indeed, cuss like a sailor. So. Yeah, especially on subjects like this. But anyway,
And the thing is, I just want to point this out too, because you look at our Saturday night stream, we had Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, who's definitely right leaning.
I love him.
Who's right leaning, but more center. And leans a left in some things, I think. And Robert Meyer Burnett, who's Jewish and who was raised Jewish and is far left. And
well, he referred to himself as a classic liberal.
Yeah, and a Pakistani Muslim. You
that
know,
was such a great stream, dude.
And then everybody that we have on the panel that we've had on here tonight, this is the thing that separates us from the other side. Is they're all talking about unity, but they're causing all the divide. We're actually wanting the unity, bringing the people together, and all different kinds of people from all different walks of life, and actually having these discussions.
And you know what we're going to do here at Echo Base? It doesn't matter your opinion, it doesn't matter your stance, it doesn't matter your politics. We're gonna listen to you. We're not going to take anything you say personally, and we're going to be kind to you. And if you don't like that, screw you.
Can I get a refresher? I got a question. I can't remember if you guys do you guys consider yourselves TFM or independent or what?
Well, hang on. What do you consider us?
I think you're one of us, but and I'm a self-proclaimed TFM guy. But
do you want to answer this, Nick, or do you want me to?
I'll answer it. I'll answer it, and then you can answer it, or say anything. So if you go to our Twitter page, literally on our Twitter page, we have hashtag the Fandom Menace.
Okay. Yeah. Well, did you know that we're a hate group?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're 100%.
It's okay to hate, man.
Yeah, we're 100% Fandom Menace. We just go about it in the way that we go about it.
Yeah.
So what would make you? What made you, Shellback, ask that question?
I just needed a. I thought you were. I thought you said you had. I thought you had made that statement. It just popped into my head, and I just wanted a refresher. So.
See, and you probably didn't know that 100% sure because we don't go as hard on things.
Well, no, actually, it was either I don't know. It's been within the last few days that I remember hearing that come out of at least one of your mouths. So I just, I've slept since then. So I just needed to,
And the Fandom Menace is just an idea. It's just the idea of we don't like what the modern people that own
a quote unquote movement.
That we're not happy with the direction that they're taking them in.
Do you know why? If you go to our channel and click on videos, do you know why? I love Ryan Kennel, RK Outpost, and I love the video. I watch every video he makes. I think they're great. Now he goes about it a much different way than we're going to. I'm not gonna, and that doesn't mean he's wrong at all. But here's one reason why. Because if that was the source of Nick and my content, you wouldn't see any content. Because I can't do it. I can't sit there in the negative
Ryan,
for that long.
Ryan, I mean, if Father Jacob saw Ryan Kennel, he might want to do an exorcism.
Bro, I've seen stuff, man. I don't think that would bother me at all.
All right, well, we're going to go back. Rogue reaction based. Did you want to finish up your thoughts or anything before we move on to Father Jacob? And then,
I appreciate it. Quite honestly, I'm in the Army. I said what I was. I tend to have an open view. I'm Republican and liberal. Try figuring that one out. I can figure it out myself. I don't understand it. I just want, in all honesty, throughout the whole entire world, I just want everyone just to come together and let bygones be bygones. And it's just so difficult to see that happen. And it hurts every day to watch people. I watch people get in arguments over the dumbest things. I just miss the days where I can open a door for someone and they say thank you. That's all I want.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be able to be okay with it.
Come down to Alabama. We'll open that door for you.
I live in North Carolina. I just moved from Connecticut. It was Right now, it was 60 degrees today, and it was 32 up there or freezing, and they have a foot of snow, and I'm happy where I'm at now. But even
good
still,
for you.
Down here is so much better.
Yeah, I love North Carolina. Crazy. I've been there a couple times.
Well, Rogue, thank you for coming on, man, and sharing all that with us. Very good thoughts, sir.
Yep.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Father Jacob, you have the last at bat here This is the
Okay.
this is the critical one, okay?
Ooh, no pressure. First of all, just a couple things to Rogue Reaction Base. I just want to thank you for your service. I love soldiers. I love our military. My brother's in the National Guard. Grandpa fought in World War II. And every time I see a soldier and they see me in my garb, I remind them, it's like, I couldn't walk around wearing this if it wasn't for you guys protecting my right. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
I also
I just want to jump in. I'm a Marine, so I love Rogue. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, awesome, Steve.
Go Navy.
And shell back to the Navy.
Yeah, I love the Navy. They give us a ride when we have to go
Hey,
fight.
you know, that's what we're there for. You know.
And my brother's in the Air Force. He gives they give people rides too.
Yeah.
I also want to say I'm sorry to hear about that priest that was, sticking his nose in the business of your high school.
Oh no, it's all good now. I mean, the priest is an amazing person. He does amazing work, and even to this day, he's still there. And I message him on Facebook and we chat. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. But yeah, it's like, well, what's the problem with Halloween? So yeah, just really enjoying the stream tonight. Again, having this place where people can have their conversations, have their discussions, and even the occasional argument. But like, we're all here because we love Star Wars, and it's had an impact on our life, and it means something to us. And we're all just kind of hurt and disappointed in where it's going, because it feels like Disney is like weaponizing the Star Wars IP for whatever, instead of trying to tell a meaningful story that has a wide human appeal, which is what the originals did. Because everybody, like, there's some people who liked Han Solo, and there's some people that like Luke Skywalker, and they found themselves drawn to different characters or different moments in the movies that meant something to them, because it was being told in such a way that it appeals to natural aspects of the human heart, and calls you to courage or to conversion. If Han Solo is your dude, and to nobility and sacrifice and friendship and good versus evil. But it seems like all the characters, and even the film versions of the original characters, they just wanted characters that wouldn't offend anybody, but they also don't challenge anybody. Because it's intriguing when you watch the first film and you're kind of thinking about Han Solo's dilemma of like, I owe some mafia dude a lot of money, and I need to clear that out. I can't stick around, and they're all gonna die anyway. I've been on the Death Star. Like, heck, I'm gonna stick. But then, like, when he shows up and he's yeehaw and blowing up TIE fighters, you're exhilarated, because you're like, he is a good man. Like, he made the right choice. But nowadays, somebody might hear that yeehaw and think, like, well, there's something racist there. I'm sure of it. And so they pick it apart, because I think part of the problem, and as a public school teacher, you've probably experienced this, that in the past almost a century now, there's been this increased like kind of industrialization of education, where it used to be about teaching young people how to think and how to teach themselves. But now it's more and more like teaching young people what to think. And so we've kind of lost that intellectual humility of, maybe I don't know everything and I could be wrong. So I need to listen to this person and kind of weigh this out and kind of try and parse out what's the truth. But now it's like, well, this is what I know and this is what I believe, and you're wrong. And instead of having the humility to consider the possibility I could be wrong and this person could be right, or maybe we're both on equal ground, it's just, I need to shut this person down and kind of outshout them until they go away and stop challenging me. Because we don't, it's hard to find people who know how to think, but instead so much of our culture just knows how to react.
Yeah.
And it's sad to see that creeping into something we love, like Star Wars, where virtue isn't a discipline, it's an appearance. We're like, Luke Skywalker is a hero because he makes heroic choices and he learns from his mistakes and tries to be a better person, and that's inspiring. Rey is a good person because the movie tells us she's good. Like, well, okay. And now what? But there's nothing inspiring. But then someone like Cara Dune comes along and people are painting pictures of her and writing songs about her, and she's inspiring creativity in people. But where are the songs and paintings of anybody from the sequel trilogy? You know, they haven't touched us on a human level. I find that kind of, yeah, it's very disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciate what you said. We're not teaching people how to think. We're teaching them what to think.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
And if you're wrong, then, you know, off with your head.
Right. And it's thought police, and it's Orwell, and it's the whole thing comes in.
I don't know when that started either. I will tell you this, that the modern movement in public education is open dialogue and discourse and kids working together, and I like it. Teachers aren't standing in front of classes anymore and lecturing. We are facilitating learning. Kids are in groups with multiple intelligences, multiple perspectives, getting work done together. And that's a good thing. And hopefully that will make things better.
I'll tell you what, Coach, this shit happened way back like 2008, 2009 in like CNN in the news. They started to tell you what to think instead of how to think.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think too, you know, with the information kind of era, there's so much information out there, but a lot of people don't know where to find good information. And so it's more of a matter of convincing somebody that it's true, rather than a person looking to see, is this legit? Is it true? And I think I'm glad to hear.
But I'll tell you what, for 4 years, we had a whole missive in the national news that said, the Trump-Russian collusion. That was that was false. It was a false narrative that ran for 4 years. How do you combat that? How do we?
Well, same you do in philosophy. You know, in my philosophy training, because Jesuits, we go through 11 years of training before we're ordained priests.
Mm-hmm.
So we get, you know, philosophy, theology, lots of ministry experience, working with different people, doing all sorts of different stuff. And philosophy, like, one of the basic things is, if there is a claim made, how is it being supported? And so, like, okay, so the news says this. And if you have a question about it, instead of taking it at face value, do some research and see if there's anything to it. But I think media is kind of enjoying this pride of place where, well, because I saw it on the news, I saw it on the internet, I saw it on TV, I saw it in a movie, they wouldn't just say something that wasn't true, would they?
Right.
Like, yeah,
because it's on the TV, we all think it's, yes, absolutely, right?
Yeah. So people, I think, just need to be a bit more critical. Not to say to take on kind of a distrust of everything, but to be critical. If something seems too outrageous or too good to be true, or
but
too bad to be bad, like, look into it instead of just like, well, they said this, so.
Yeah, I totally get that, and I think exactly. I think you know, in school, instead of teaching people what to think, how to think critically makes way more sense.
Well, it sounds like there's a movement toward that, and growing up we're going through school, like, through the 90s and early 2000s, public education felt very industrialized. As you're teaching to prepare your students to take the standardized test, which determined the funding your school got. And so it was teaching them what to think and less about how to think.
Yeah. Or how to think.
I'm glad to hear that model is fading away, because it's not And I think that's why we are kind of where we are, because my generation is starting to take charge of corporations, and they're in the media and all that. And that's just how they were kind of taught in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully coaches, students will rise to the challenge in 15, 20 years, and Star Wars will be back to where it was.
I hope
And
so.
we'll still be sitting here doing this.
Yeah, right.
I hope so, dude.
I guess my last thing I would say, I think Grogu's first words will be, "The way this is."
The way this is. Nice.
You might be right.
Beautiful.
You might be right. Well, guys, this was a really fun panel. Thank y'all so much for popping
Thanks,
in
Coach.
and doing this. Absolutely. We're going to go ahead and clear up these super chats and call it a night. But we are going to be back and do a gaming stream here in just a few minutes. So, but guys, thank y'all so much. Y'all come back and do this again.
Definitely.
Okay. And Rogue, I think this is your first time ever popping in, and Steve, I think this is your first time ever popping in. So, y'all come back and do this again, please. We'd love to have y'all back.
Definitely.
Yeah. And
All right.
and Tom from Midnight's Edge out there, brother, we've been posting the link to jump in here all night, man. I even added you in the chat and said if you wanted to come in.
He's way behind in the stream. He's just catching up. Yeah.
Nick, I didn't mean to leave you out, but me and Coach were just talking. So.
Oh no, that's fine.
I didn't mean
No, that's fine. I was actually sitting here doing work stuff anyway. So
love you, brother.
It's all good, man.
Yeah.
That's
All
why
right,
I'm not
boys.
on camera.
Nick's like, I'm used to it.
Father Jacob will be talking to you soon, my friend.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. See y'all, guys.
All right, y'all take care.
All right, we got some super chats we want to go through here. Geeky Pixie sends a $5 super chat. She said, "People call me a bigot and racist for simply voting Republican this election, and when I ask for any proof to show me, they send minions at me constantly." Well, you just be you, Geeky, and I know that you're going to do that. You got the same kind of inner strength that Gina Carano does, so you do what's best for you and don't worry about all that. And we got your back. You also sent another $2 super chat, Geeky Pixie. She said, "The ability to speak does not make one intelligent." Oh, very true. That is. Where have we heard that before? Where have we heard that? And Fat Steven Seagal sends a $2 super chat. "Chipmunks are sexy and they can sing Alvin." Thank you, Steven. And the Matt Cave sends a $4.99 super chat. He said, "Went upstairs and my wife is watching Family Guy Empire Strikes Back. I'm a lucky man."
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Cardinal Sin. Hail, our brother Cardinal Sin.
Hail, Cardinal Sin.
He said, "Hail, Echo Base Network and friends." But Cardinal, I'm disappointed you misspelled hell. It's the actual theoretical place that you spelled. And I don't know if you're wanting to send us there or if you're trying to say hello, but
I responded him and said that's where he might see us when his tauntaun freezes before it reaches the first
That's
mark.
right. That's right.
Just 2 nights ago here it was minus 24. So
yeah, woo, goodness. Well, thank you, Cardinal Sand, for that super chat, my brother. And then Fat Steven Seagal sends another $2, and he says, "Is Coach the founder of Alvin and the Chipmunks?" Thank you, Stephen. The answer is no. But my students did used to call me Theodorable, by the way. Let's see. Cardinal Sin sends a $9.99 super chat. He said, "Hey now, please remember that there are people like me who are liberal but not left-wing extremists. I do not support cancel culture, and I do not support what happened to Gina Carano, but we still love you." And I know that, brother, and I appreciate that. Everybody who leans left is not a member of the cancel culture mob. Certainly not. So I appreciate that. And thank you for that very kind super chat, my friend. And then Valiant Renegade sends a $5 super chat. He says, "Nick and Coach, hail and God bless during this Lenten season where we all reflect to become better men for the greater glory of God." Well said, my friend. If you did not know, as a side note, we got into a little bit of religion today. Nick and I do happen to be Christians. Mm-hmm. So, and this isn't a soapbox from us. This is just I don't know. We are. Just in case you're wondering, we are. And that's just what I believe. We're not trying to make you a Christian any more than we're trying to make you a Corvette. I promise you. But that's just yeah. That's just who we are.
Please continue.
Yep. But guys, thank y'all for coming in here and doing this awesome panel. We'll be back. I do want to say to all the people who sent those super chats, from Geeky Pixie to Fat Steven Seagal, the Matt Cave, Cardinal Sin, and Valiant Renegade, you are Echo Base Network, and this super chat, or this video rather, is for
Dave
you.
Dave Bob did a $2 one. You want to throw
Dave Bob sent a $2 piece super chat. Peace, brother Dave Bob. Very wise, very well
always
spoken.
a pleasure having you on, Dave Bob.
Absolutely. Let me find a good one for you guys. Let's just start how about the first one I played tonight? You guys remember it? You'll like it.
Do a different one.
Well, Tom hadn't seen it.
Oh yeah,
Tom
might not.
This is for Tom. You didn't super chat, but this one's for you too. Here we go.
So, you guys want to go do some shooting?
All right, guys. Well, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. We'll be back here in just a few minutes. We'll go ahead and start. I got to play at least one more level of, what's the name of that game again? Fallen Order.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, sorry. I just started it today. Yeah, I just started it today. So, anyways.
That has, I'm sorry, but that has to be probably the best video clip I think I've seen in the 20th century. Or 21st century, whichever one we're in. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you have motivated me to make one even better now, Shellback. So thank you. That's what I needed. I was feeling creative one day, and I said, I'm going to put this thing together. I'm going to get this done. So all I need is an idea, and then we'll do another one. All right, guys. We will see y'all later. You are Echo Base Network. Let's do it. Are we Phantom Menace? Are we Phantom Menace?
Yeah.
Yes, we are. We're just the nice guys. See y'all.